at reasonable prices, ensuring your car runs smoothly without breaking the bank. Need to know more? Contact us today at 0777 300 303, 0777 117 771, or 0888 300 303 for further information or to schedule an appointment. At Auto Spare Garage, we are committed to providing exceptional service to keep your vehicle in top shape. Visit us today and experience the best service. Auto Spare Garage, your one-stop shop for every car needs.
Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk.
Seku Sherry
Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk. Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk.
Seku Sherry
Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk. Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk.
Seku Sherry
Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk. Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk.
Seku Sherry
Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Seku Sherry coming to talk. Liberia, Seku Sherry coming to talk. Incontinent for information and education. Seku Sherry coming to talk. Liberia, Seku Sherry coming to talk. Good information. Information in document and education. Seku Sherry coming to talk.
Seku Sherry
From Monday to Friday, Liberia. Seku Sherry coming to talk. From Monday to Friday, Liberia. Seku Sherry coming to talk. From Monday to Friday, Liberia.
Oh, yes, indeed. Whenever I sit behind the microphones, all that comes to my mind, it is about the goodness of Allah that has helped us to be where we are, allowing us to return. It is not that we are righteous. I've always said this to you. It is not that we are righteous and others are going through a lot. It is not that God has loved us over everybody. It is because of the mercy of Allah that has kept us moving. So whenever we wake up in the morning and you don't have some kind of problem you're going through, say to God Almighty Allah, say thank you very much. No matter your current condition, no matter what you're going through currently, be grateful. Because there are many going through a lot of things in life. All they are asking for is that just give me the last chance, and I'm going to repent from some of the things I've done that are not in the will of Allah. Here you are this morning. You woke up. You are moving, going to where you want to go. Why do you think it is not important to say thank you? Life itself has got some challenges. Even the people you trust, those of the people you show love to, they are the ones that are digging and doing the bad things behind your back. They will laugh with you, but you don't know their hearts. Good morning, folks, and welcome to the show. Good morning, Liberia, on Voice of Liberia 104.1 in Monrovia. Like the man Rap will say, 95.7 in Grand Bassa. Rap, I hope you're listening this morning. Oh. 89.7 in Mangibi, 90.7 in Ball County, and 96.7 in Lofa, with other frequencies across the country. We want to say good morning to all of you listening to us, wherever you are this morning. You are joining us. We want to say good morning to you and thank you for joining us both on our assigned frequencies and also live on our various online platforms. We're live on Radio Guiding. Go there and just type Voice of Liberia. You'll get us loud and clear. We're also live on YouTube, Voice of Liberia. We're also live on our online television. Good afternoon, those of you out of Liberia. Good evening. Whatsoever maybe at about this time you've joined us, we want to say hello to all of you and thank you for joining us. This is where we converse to talk about the issues that matter to Liberia. We will not go back to the butchers, but we will use our voices to demand the change we want. And certainly they are under obligation to bring the change. They said they've got the change. Liberia has turned to a country where the hopelessness has become the order of the day. Eating has become an achievement. The people hopes are being dashed, while those of the people in the governance space continue to enrich themselves at the detriment of the very people that they are to lead. The hardship is knocking the doors of Liberians. Everywhere you go, people are complaining. And someone said to me, I gave you a year or two from now, the citizens will come up, because the hardship will be hard to the extent people will barely have full food to eat. We're watching, sitting, waiting for such a day where the citizens will come out and say, enough is enough. It is time to stand up. It is time to tell them enough is enough. My name is Sekou. Any day, I'm Sekou Sharif. Inshallah, with the blessing of my parents, protection of Allah, acceptance. Inshallah. I'm gonna be lonely driving you this morning up to 10 o'clock. My dear sister Samira is on an official detail this morning, and so she won't be here. And trust me, I would sit between and do my very best. There are a lot of things we've got to talk about this morning. They're very important ones. Even though 99.9% of all of what we're going to be talking about today are not in the interest of our country. But we will continue to talk about them. We also have the cash giveaway here. Play the cash giveaway and stand a chance. Today we're going to be giving out 4,000, and I want to call up to 50 winners this morning. It depends on how you play. It gives me the chance to draw more winners, and so the more you play, the better chances I will stand to call more winners. So play more, and I call more winners this morning, and so you can be one of the lucky winners. And today code is star 799 hatch, and what you're gonna do is that you're gonna select number 8. You have a list of radio stations. Just select number 8, and you play with just $100 Liberian. $100 Liberian. You stand a chance to win for yourself 4,000. And I want to call more winners this morning. I beg you, please play so that we can draw more winners and get more money out this morning. And so let me give you the lineup of what we're going to be doing on the show this morning up to 10 o'clock. We're going to be providing our thoughts on this issue coming from the Vice President, Jeremiah Cohn. He talked about the old car, parked cars. Is it true he's a parked car? We're going to weigh in on that. And he had an interview with one of our sister platforms, that is a closing argument. And he had a lot of things to say. He said a lot of things. He said. And believe in me, we're going to take our time this morning. We're going to play that entire interview, and we're going to provide our analysis about them. You can see the dishonesty into what he says. It tells me that Liberia is in total mess. To have a man like Jeremiah Cohn, who sits as the vice president of our country, to say what he said, it tells me that Liberia is in total mess. Liberia is in total mess. Now I want to believe that this country will remain where it is for the next years to come, because you have incompetence from the presidency to the vice presidency, downward to the least man. And so that's going to be one of our major discussions, and that will start up at 8 o'clock this morning. We will start that conversation here. At 9 o'clock, we will continue our conversation about a Liberian that was allegedly beaten Mahendo Total by a Chinese national by the name of Marco. So it will interest you to know that the legislature, particularly the House of Representatives, the committee responsible, had invited the living body of this Chinese national to appear before them and give reasons why he did what he did. You won't believe that his lawyer wrote and said that the man will not appear. That is a test to those of you lawmakers, particularly those of you on the committee. We will talk about that this morning at 9 o'clock, running us up to 10 o'clock. The life of a Liberian should be valued and respected and is equal to the life of every one of us. We need to stand with that ball. Momo David deserves justice. But before that time, after we shall have acknowledged those of the people watching us and play you one of the messages from Auto Spare Garage, Liberia's #1 garage in the country. We encourage you to go there. If you have a problem with all of your vehicles, go to Auto Spare Garage somewhere around the Rana Street area, going down towards we will give you the descriptive location. We're going to weigh in. Today will be my first day to take upon my time to speak to this boy called Costa. And I'm going to take my time to talk to him for once. And I think it's very important. You know, when you see a young man that is totally lost, he lives his entire life on being very ungrateful. Stop it. He lives his entire life being very ungrateful. And all he seeks is to bring himself low, who he has a very low esteem. He lacks everything, all it takes. And so today, I will take 30 minutes of my show time to speak to Costa for the very first time, and I will not waste my time on him. I think what he portrays, it has some reflection on young people, because that's how they will see young people to be, think that young people are unserious as the way he is. So at 7:30 this morning, we will start the conversation about Costa up to 8 o'clock. I couldn't have allowed myself to sit and talk about insignificant person of such, but I think it's also important to talk about it because it is something that shows a clear what should I say? You know, I'm fasting. I'm trying to, watch my words and all the kinds of stuff and be, put it in a very much better context so that it can be much better. And this young man, let's wait for 7:30. We'll talk about it. I just thought to let you know. So let me just go acknowledge some of you watching us this morning on the show. We want to say thank you very much for joining us on the show this morning. Let me go and acknowledge some of you watching. And then when we come back, we want to say thank you to all of our substations, all of the guys taking care of all of our substations across the country. We want to say we're very grateful. Let's continue to do this together. This person joins us this morning and says, Kofa. Sometimes when you join all your names and everything, it gives us difficulty in reading or calling your name. So let me read what I'm seeing and I can understand. Stephen Nangbe Dwelle says, good morning, VOL. I'm Stephen Nangbe Dwelle, watching from the last district in Montserrat County. Where's the last district? B. Wilmon Bele says the leadership of Pele Mansion Community, Lower Johnsonville, is listening. Thank you very much. Jonah Colley writes and says, good morning, VOL. My name is Jonah. I'm Jonah Colley, watching from Swakoko City, Bon County. Ambassador Delano Roosevelt Zoe Senior writes and says, good morning, Voice of Liberia, and good morning to the peoples of, he meant to say people of Gobo, Goloken, Kavala District Headquarters, Grand Jida County. I'm following live from my District 15 resident. Keep on the good broadcast. Liberians, people believe in your information. Musa Kalemu. Musa Kalemu writes and says, good morning, VOL. I'm watching from 72nd community. Thanks for the great job. Dawald Antonin says, good morning to the best CEO of Voice of Liberia. Good morning, my dear brother. Garrison Gipley writes and says, Good morning. I'm watching live from Fishtown City, River G County. Gabriel O. Yelloway says, good morning. Watching you live from McConnell area. George Theo J. Brown writes this morning and says, good morning, Veteran Seku. I'm watching from my reading room at ProSat office, UL main campus. Samuel Light Cooper joins us and says, good morning, VOL family. I'm following from Cardwell Back Road community. My name is Samuel Light Cooper. I want to say good morning to the people of Liberia. Mercy B. Flomo writes and says, good morning, CEO. I'm watching you from Habel Firestone. Thank you so much for the good work you continue to do. Keep up. Peter One Day writes on the program and says, good morning, CEO. I'm following you from Crown Hill community. I'm all ears this morning to get latest news in town. Right? Stephen Yakade writes on the program and says, good morning, CEO and Samira. Good morning to the peace-loving people of Liberia. I'm following from Cotton Tree District 2, Lower Mangibi County. Thanks for the show. Please share. Yes, let's everyone share so that we can have more people joining us. CDC Papi Success Keita for Life joins us this morning. He writes, good morning, Voice of Liberia. From Dupont Road, rescue turn to be excuse. Turn big excuse. Manage your expectation for 2029. Genesis Sumo writes and says, good morning, VOL. I'm Genesis Sumo watching you guys live from Banga City, Bon County. Thank you guys for the information you guys give us every morning. Juje Wanwe says, good morning, guys. Please share this video. Yes, let's keep sharing so that others will join us on the show. And indeed, it's very good. Muyan Shari writes and says, good morning, VOL. I'm following you from district number 9 Singer this morning from Matari at my purported home in Matari Singer this morning. Harris J. Saki writes and says, good morning. I'm watching live from Kakata City, Harris. Thank you very much. Andrew S. Fire Jr. says, good morning, VOL. VOL Samira, I'm Sam. Following from the office of Moses Rescue Mission, Moses Rescue Mission, Information Hub, Genesis 1 verse 3, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. President Newman Boaka Sr., not just a president, but a believer of faith, believing in the people and knowing that it is about the next generation, not the next election. Light is life. Under President Boaka's, every citizen in Monrovia enjoys light at the night, and our people can now move freely in their cities at night. Even though it is a comment, but I want to reject that all of the areas they've got light, but let's leave it. It is a comment, and you've got the right to do and say what you want to say professionally, which we have no problem. Alexander said he writes and says, good morning, Voice of Liberia. I'm watching you from my end, Randa Street, Monrovia, Liberia. William Dazi. I said, good morning, VOL. My name is William Dazi, following from Kakata City, Mangibi County. Joe Boaka is a complete disgrace to your country. Ruben Kane writes and says, I'm following from Maganasville resident. Liberia has become a laughing stock under JNB and the government, whereas lawlessness has overwhelmed our democratic principle, whereas even a dog can find a bones on the surface ground for consumption, whereas corruption is now considered as an earthquake in our country. God bless the innocent Liberian that did not call for this nightmare regime, Joe Boaka. Chelsea firstborn Yaya Kuruma says, good morning to the Voice of Liberia family. My name is Yaya Kuruma. I'm following from the show. I'm following the show from the western region of Liberia this morning. Sunday Flomo. Sunday Flomo writes on the program and said, good morning, VOL, Seku and Samira. Voila. Sunday S Flomo, watching you guys from Bon County, Plebo, from Bon County, Phoebe community. Hope those purported lawmakers, rescuers, lawmakers will follow the response from ECOWAS and respect the rule of law in the country. So I want to say thank you, John, David, Nakula, Yakpawolo, and all others are watching. Otoka, Akoa, Washington, Lucinin, Ja, Mohammed, Mariama, Cherie. I want to say thank you to all of you for watching this morning. And we do appreciate that you've joined us on the show. And indeed, it is a very good thing to do. Okay. Play the cash giveaway. Play the cash giveaway with star 799 hatch. That star 799 hatch on your MTN phone. That star 799 hatch. And you select option number 8. You have a lot of options. Just select option number 8. And if you select option number 8, it will send you straight to Voice of Liberia. And you play with just $100 Liberian dollars. Just $100 Liberian dollars. And you stand a chance to win for yourself 4,000 this morning. And this morning we're going to call more winners here. The more you play, the better chances we'll call more winners on the show. So we're going to take a break with this. When we come back, we start our conversation. Our very first conversation will be on this. I don't like to call his name, but at this point I will need to call his name because we're going to have a conversation centered around Henry. Yes, let's play this break and be right back.
Located conveniently at Rana Street in Monrovia, Auto Spare Garage is your go-to destination for all your vehicle needs. Whether you drive a sedan, we handle both mechanical and electrical works on all types of vehicles. Our services include comprehensive vehicle maintenance and repair, expert body works and auto base spray with special discounts, vehicle body kits upgrade, key carpets and computer programming, wheel alignment and balancing to keep you safe on the road, and much more. No need to change your oxygen sensor for now. At Auto Spare Garage, we do hydrogen flushing for the muffler catalyst and engine with hydrogen technology. We pride ourselves on offering high-quality, durable spare parts at reasonable prices, ensuring your car runs smoothly without breaking the bank. Need to know more? Contact us today at 0777 300 303, 0777 117 771, or 0888 300 303 for further information or to schedule an appointment. At Auto Spare Garage, we are committed to providing exceptional service to keep your vehicle in top shape. Visit us today and experience the best service. Auto Spare Garage, your one-stop shop for every car needs.
And that is it. The message is there. Auto Spare Garage. We encourage you, if you're looking for a garage there where you can go. They've got the best services in terms of your vehicle issues in the country. Now you will need to come, AB. Fellow Liberians, Costa is not a stranger to any of us in Liberia. We know the role he has played over and again when it comes to the political landscape. We all find ourselves on radio. We all call ourselves talk show hosts, political commentator, or you can call yourself the way you want to call yourself. But you see, if a young man lacks self-esteem, if a young man feels that he's only going to survive on people, if a young man lacks skills, and the only skill he has is to show his ingratitude and is to show how inept he is to show how he goes very low. No, the other one, the very something, the other one there. He goes very low just because he feels that it is the only way to survive. That it brings people like us to a point now to speak about it. And I'm just going to speak for two different contexts. Costa is on record, and I'll play you one of them. Costa is on record for saying worse things about two major players in this country. I'm just going to speak on two contexts. He has said a lot of things about other people, political figures. I'm not going to talk about some of the things that he said. I'm talking about a particular issue. And the particular issue has to do with political issues. And the political issues surrounded two individuals. Right? It centers two individuals. And those two individuals are two senior political individuals. One is the former president, George Weah, and one is Joseph Boakai. And during the 2017 election, Costa said a lot of things about George Weah. I won't repeat some of the denigrating things he said because they don't worth being re-echoed. He said all the worst things, even going personal about George Weah in 2017. And later on, when George Weah, the former president, won the election, in the first year of George Weah administration, Costa somersaulted and he started to praise George Weah about the good things that George Weah was about to do for the country. Even though Costa said in 2017 that George Weah had no weight, George Weah could not make the type of presidency that the people of our country needed. That they needed to go and vote for Joseph Newman Boakai. The Liberians shouldn't have allowed George Weah to be elected as president at the time. So what did he do? He went and campaigned. He campaigned and said that the people of this country should not. But I think I have come to realize that Costa has a swear in the simple Liberian English. Costa gets swear, living swear. Because from what I have noticed, Costa has never supported anything, including himself, to win once he supports Osai. Okay. Once he supports Osai. So Costa contested in this town. He did not win. Even though he tried, but he did not win. And so in 2017, he said all those bad things about George Weah. And later on, in the first year of George Weah administration, Costa was the same person on the social media, on his platform, praising George Weah, that George Weah was putting things in place and he was trying to work. In fact, all of the people that don't want him to talk about the truth, that are business, he doesn't care about what they think about. If he said, that's it. That's the right thing you did, AB. In fact, this is the right one, AB. This is it, yeah. That's the first one I want to play. So he said all the things. In that period, Costa demand to the government was so high. And so he and the then government could not remain in the same bed. At the end of the day, he left. He somewhat started again. Inconsistent. He lacks trust. And the other thing he did, even during the campaign time, Costa was brave to start to tell people about conversations he held with the former president. That is one thing that showed the childishness of Costa. Costa is a big picking, very big picking. Maturity, he lacks maturity. Because no responsible and a serious person will have a conversation that brings about your maturity. It talks about your integrity. You have a conversation, not even president, but you have a conversation with a person. Professionally, it is not professional to come out and say it unless the both of you agreed that, okay, go and talk about what we've discussed. But that is not what Costa, he feels that, he wants to prove that, okay, he's this guy. He comes and sits and he opens his mouth and he says the rubbish and say, oh, a conversation with this person and this person said this, and at the end of the day, and this is what I said. What's the significance of such? How important it is to say you had a conversation. It breaks trust. No professional person will feel comfortable to have a professional conversation with you. Because you show your childishness. It's like when you talk to the president, you can be so confused. At your level, discussing with president should not be something that will move you. It looks so big to you. And the thing I noticed about Costa is he quick to get satisfied, and he quick to break trust, and he quick to break commitment. He falls for anything. He goes so low for anything. And I can say this. No matter what, people that know, they know I have a standard. And every human being should have a standard in life. You should stand for certain thing. If a man that fails to stand for something, that person is not a man. That you don't have that self-esteem to say, okay, no, you know what? No matter what I'm going through, I'm going to stand and I won't fall flat for this, and I will not go below the belt. But Costa lacks shots. No one takes Costa serious. He's not to be taken serious. Because he gives himself so cheap to every precedence that will come. Every individuals that he will do political arrangements with. Even in the United Party now, no one takes it serious. So I'm staying on the George Weah time. And Costa had all the worst things to say. Every time he said, oh, George Weah is this, George Weah is that. And now it makes people to understand that he's driven by his belly. Once you give Costa money today, Costa, he changes and he says things against the very people he calls his friend. So anybody can use Costa. Just have some more money. That's the character of that young boy that should be better off. But he chooses to be the way he is because he lacks that self-esteem. Costa doesn't even know his value. Because there are things that you do, there are things you don't do. I know my value. There are certain things I don't do. And let me say this, I'll say this maybe for the first time. I'm not trying to, I supported the former government. I think it was in the third or the fourth year, the very government people said I was no longer trusted. I had a very good relationship with the former president. The very people in the government went and said the worst things about me to the former president. When I was ill, the former president helped a lot. I can remember he called the hospital. I went to the hospital. When I noticed that my sickness could not be, I needed to travel out of the country, I took responsibility of everything that I went through. There are people in the government that refuse, that the government shouldn't have helped me. The government that I nearly died for. But you know why? Up to now, there are people in the government that think that I say could they say in my absence, that I feel that I so big, I don't like, I want to show. It's not that I want to show, but I have a standard. That is that what that makes me a man. I have a standard. And I have said this to Allah. And Allah has continued to bless me. I will never beg my fellow human to survive. So I'm saying this to mean that this my young brother, Costa, lacks self-esteem. Because as for me, no matter what, when I stand my ground on certain things, I stand my ground. There are a lot of people that thought that, the radio station that you have was opened by Mangio, was opened by Twe, was opened by Bill. In fact, they say, it is the president that gave you the money. Some people say, that Jeff gave me the money. Some people say, after the regime, the main station will not survive. But it is after the regime that you have me extending my radio station in the counties. But I stood my ground and I still supported them, no matter how some of them felt. It is up to them. Because as far as I'm concerned, I'm not working to please an individual but my conscience. I stood my ground. I did not fall flat to say, I'm going to go tell the other person, sorry, because the way you feel about me, Tina, okay, you need to help me out, and you need to be helping me. No. And up to now, some of them can say it. But it is not the case of this young man called Costa. Once Costa cannot afford the least of all 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000, Costa can go through any deal and you can use him. It is what the former government did to him. Because everything about Costa is about money. Once Costa benefits anything at the moment, he doesn't care how you see him, how you don't see him, he feels that it should be just about him. So, during the Weah administration, there where you know that Costa is not serious. They may say all the worst things about George Weah for like almost 4.5 years. Running into the 5 years. George Weah was bad. George Weah was in an affairs with people. Even though most of the things he said, he had no proof for them. Those personal things he said about the former president, he had no proof. But those things were propaganda. These things happen. Opposition will always do these things to come to power. He said all those things about George Weah. Lately, the very man somersaulted and start to say George Weah is good. Who takes or thing of such serious? Even the very people, the George Weah that you are defending to become the president or to remain the president at the time, he didn't take you serious. It is because of political issue he should have allowed you, and that's a good thing, and he did not do anything wrong to allow you to sell your stupidity and to show your limitation as to how you analyze and make a decision about your life. Because these things, they've got to do about your character. How you carry yourself is how people respect you. How you carry yourself, it is how people respect you. So you went now, you said all those things and everything. Later on, the man said, Joe, we have to be real later. So what prompted him? Now you want to ask, what did Costa see in few weeks to election that he think George Weah was good and best suited for the job that he did not see for 4 years plus? When he said all the worst things about George Weah. It is not possible for Costa to see the real things in a week or weeks to election that he did not see in 4 to 5 years. What it says to you, the past government gave him money. So he somersaulted. All of the people that see him to be somebody that's serious, he didn't care. Brave. The border machine. The border machine. He said, Anna, listen to some of the things he said about Joe Boga. listen to some of the things he said. Listen to this.
For the next 18 days, you're ready for me. For the next 18 days, I will keep you crying. And you're crying all over the place. What I will continue to do, I have already succeeded in completely demoralizing your base. You're just crying all over the place. I haven't even started. I'm just warming up. How dare you, foolish, desperate people, talk about rescue country. Joseph Boga couldn't even rescue himself. So when he passed around, oh, Costa this, Costa that. Where were you when I raised the money left and right to feed him and fly him from hospital to hospital? Where were you all? Sitting there talking nonsense. Talking about Costa ain't got no integrity. I didn't have integrity when I was feeding Joseph Boga. Your God. Bunch of ungrateful people. Have you heard Joseph Boga deny that I was raising money left and right to feed him? Have you heard him deny it? He will never deny it. Because he knows this to be true. And I didn't intend to come public to be talking about these things. But you all forced me. If you say you threaten my own future and my own existence in this country, I will do everything in my power to ensure that I diminish you, that you do not come to power. It is just that simple. You are a threat to my future. You are a threat to my existence. I will ensure to do everything within my power. The very same gift that I put at your disposal, that the same gift I'm using now. You all over the place. Have you noticed what's happening to you all? And I haven't even started. I'm just warming up. So get ready for me Friday at 1 p.m. I'm coming back here.
Yeah, listen to the man. Listen. Here's some of the things about him again. And let me say this to you, Costa. There's our own upbringing, religion, and our faith. They say if you do good for someone, it is not good to talk about it. When you talk about it, Allah will not accept that good you've done because you use that to mock at the person, make mockery out of them. Inasmuch, I've always disagreed with Joseph Boakai. I've said worst things to Joseph Boakai. It is on the line of his unwillingness to do the things in the interest of our country. But now when this old man needed you, you helped him, then you come out and talk about it. Even though at the time, some of you that listen, I disagree with him at the time. That it is not necessary and it is not fair to have a personal relationship with someone and bring those personal relationship out and say how you help this man, how you did this to this man. Life you know today, you don't know tomorrow. So how were you helping this man get to do with you talking about his inability to lead? That you could not talk about his inability, that he is not the best person, unless you involve how you helped this old man. This is the man that been supporting this man for years. But this man so much that in less than a week or 2, 3 to elections, and he said the worst things about Joseph Boakai. Imagine, you really think Joe Boakai is that stupid like the way you are? You know, they say when you're in a public space and you're president, there are things that you allow. It's not that you want them, but you accept them because you are the president. You have other people begging. When I tell you how Costa started begging people to beg the president, what kind of young man? What more do you have now to be the president to talk about other people issues? Look at the young man. So it tells anybody that Costa cannot survive without, involving into the governance space, even though he's not working, but to be around the governance of our country. It is the only way he survives. You say all the worst things about the old man. You're listening to what the man said again. Let me play it again. You say all the worst things. You have the guts, you got the bravery to sit there and say what you're saying to other people. Do you have what it takes? Are you even the right person to speak out? You should be ashamed of yourself. You should shut up. When people are discussing issues in this country, you have no place to discuss anything. You don't. You are not the person to talk. You don't have what it takes. You destroy yourself. You destroy yourself. A young man like you destroy yourself just because of peanut. And all the good thing about it is the things he goes so low for, you don't see the impact in his life. The things he goes so low for, you don't see the impact in his life. He must be here all the time after people just to sustain himself. You don't see the impact in his life. You can see the other time, somebody called me. They were watching the video when he entered, when we were doing the counter meet. When he entered the car, the guy said, "Oh, I saw Costa was like he was jittering and everything." I said, "But I never had issue with him. At that time, we were doing sports thing, and I've never had issue with Costa. I don't have an issue with him. But my thing here now to tell him is that he has carried himself so low, so he doesn't have what it takes to talk about anybody. Even somebody can be, they caught someone stealing. Costa doesn't have that moral to talk to them. He doesn't have it. He should shut up. He should shut up. The same George Weah that you say he's the best person. It is the same George Weah yesterday. You sat down and opened the hole on your head you call muff. You start to denigrate. George Weah not president again. So when George Weah comes back to the power, and the board knows how to make his way through. They may not see him. People like us will not do all kinds of things because the thing is, what face will you have? You really think that people will take you serious? Because I go meet my uncle, I meet the president, and we had a conversation, and I was not happy. I told him that all that thing now he's doing now at scan level he's doing for people. Because he made the nosing and meet the president. And then the man call you, the man say, "Oh yeah, I can talk to the president." So you gotta listen. That the level in now Costa and start doing. Some of you in government, y'all say, Costa can't be telling us, "Well, don't do that," I'll tell the president. That level now he won't be eating your own. If even Joe Boakai, even though I don't support you, Joe, I think that you don't want to become your president. I think you lack all it takes. You've continued to lead this country in the way you're leading the country. But if you two will sit down there and take an advice for a thing like Costa, then I know that your unseriousness has passed him more imagination. Costa can't even pull himself together. That he the one coming to advise you. Or men that can be used. Even one picking, you get one picking 5G, they can use Costa. 5G. That's how low this Duke is. Once it is about something that goes into his pocket, he doesn't care about character. He doesn't care. He goes so low for anything. And then he had the audacity to sit and make himself to look as if to say he's that serious person and start to say those kinds of nonsense about George Weah yesterday. Yes, it's true that there were some flaws. There were some mistakes carried out by the former government. But are you the right person to speak against them? To say, oh, the former president built the horses, or they do this and everything, all that kind of a thing. Costa, sometimes you got to stop your life matter. And me, I can worry for you, oh my brother. The way you can be carrying yourself and see that you are vulnerable. You just carry yourself any kind of way. Anybody can just use you. This is what you're doing. So you really think that you need a party people taking you serious? No. They're not taking you serious. They're just accepting you to accommodate you because you did some kind of help. But they're not taking you serious. You think Joe Walker going to listen to a Costa advice? No. He's not. He's not going to listen to your advice because you have zero understanding and integrity and character to advise people with character and integrity. So the only way he survives, he goes to you, he back him off this other person that he was friend with to survive with you. Then when he gets ready, he leaves you and go to the other person he back him off and leave with the person and back him off you. Is that the kind of a life you're going to live? You have your son. You need to build a good future for him. So he should not grow up tomorrow and say, and the people start to tell him, are you your part now, not on serious part. You decided not use a reach, the man will go talk about the other person, he go talk about the other person, you go talk about the other person. So when people get to know you like that, you are chittering tomorrow, people will not even take yeah, man, let me part. I beg you, yeah. Let me part, you to get ready. That confused me. Yeah, today he can't say the other thing. He will not even trust what it. Then the lowest of all is when you have a conversation with the president or people, you come on the radio, you sit there without the authorization of them to say them, you come and sit and try to prove that, I had a conversation, I told him, in fact, you can be recording. Because if you can come and say all those things out, you can record because you did it before. You recorded Joe Walker before you play on the radio. So who takes anybody? No one will look at you and take you serious. For you to come and say, people might call. Nobody said they should not. The legs of Martin Colley and other people are doing well. He even want to go to the extent and say, the people should not take here. What's the job of the media or advocates? These are some of the things that people are doing, and it is what the Martin is doing and the likes of every one of us. So if the LNCC or whosoever can take heed from some of the things we do, what's the problem about it? What's the problem about it? But the man has a very low esteem. He lacks everything. He lacks everything. Once Costa is not surviving, he will do anything to survive. Because they lay down where now, they go where El Mani Bene he doing now. He start praising Lens and Mars. Say, they put system in place. They've done this, they've done that. Do you know that Lens and Mars is one of the worst institutions under this government? Do you know what they're doing? They can say, but because he's in line, he needs to get permit from them. They've given him permit. They've given him the authorization to go and do work. So meaning they are good. Once Costa is benefiting from something, they are good. You can live your life as a young man like that, and people will not take you serious, my young man. Let me take a few calls. I'm not going to waste my time on this pimp and this punk of a man. Let me take some calls and just let it be 0770. Those of you in Monrovia, call us on 0770-942-048, 0770-942-048. 0880-907-907, 0880-907-907 are the two numbers for those of you in Monrovia. Those of you in the counties, 0773-419-502, 0773-419-502, 0555-184-711, 0555-184-711. The female callers 0773-97 8564, 0773-978564 are the numbers. For those of you in Monrovia, your line to call is 0770-942048. That's the line there for you to call. So let's take few of your calls. Let's take few of your calls and then we transition this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, my brother. My name is Gideon Ezra, calling from Greenback, Sakani.
Go ahead.
Oh, brother, actually, what you said about Coast Guard is true. Coast Guard will be full of money. This time when any president who is giving money to cost and abuse people. So Coast Guard not very, very well. Thank you for the show, brother.
Thank you. Let's take another person here. Good morning.
Good morning, brother.
Good morning. Let's hear you, please.
I'm calling from Bala. Bro, all people is to Coast Guard don't break and lie. They fight issue. One of fight and you posted.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's take another person. Yeah. I mean, they're hustling all day. You can't look at you guys say, Joey artists and did all kinds of things. Really. Let's take more calls. Take calls. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Sherry.
Yeah, morning.
Let me say good morning. Let me say good morning to your many listeners to the broadcast this morning.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people are listening. My name is David King. Anyway, I'll call you from Singapore.
Okay, David.
I'm listening to that brother was talking yesterday. And I was with a friend, and I told the guy, I said, listen to Foster. Do you really think is that sound? And the person I asked, I said, you think Foster sound? Foster is a sound person. He said, he's hearing somebody who is insane. That brother yesterday said the words about Joe Barker and his government.
Mm-hmm.
Today, you hearing he's talking against the CDC. So Foster feels that the CDC don't have power to checkmate the government. Is that what you're trying to say? Senator Waterspoon, the man who fell other than in America there, said on a platform that Joe Barker 1 year of corruption past job we have 6 years of corruption. Senator Terry, he's on record for saying that. He said Joe Barker government is carrying on industrial looting of our economy. Our economy is dead on Joe Barker. And that's the fact. It's very simple. You and I can see it. But for sponsors to be money our gold and diamond illegally, these are the people who are money our treasure. So because Joe Barker are giving you that leverage, he will come and sit down and open his cup and start to speak to issues like the way he's speaking. But I don't believe him. That will tell. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear brother. Let's take more calls. The guy is too funny, man. On serious, young man. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Let's hear you, my brother.
Thank you very much. Let me take good morning also to the hardworking family of the great force of the Black family. And for the Western nations, for the public, I'm pocket wrapped. And I'm telling you this morning.
I said, poker.
Yeah. Come over to you. And I'm joining you this morning from our own destinations. He said it very emphatically and categorically clear about this particular malnourished leash that does not live by himself, but live on something with society. But we want to say the contact, nobody knows contact the same of us. But I'm going to tell you the same we know.
Yeah, sure. You still get your child carrying Costa name?
Come again?
You still have your child carrying the name Costa? I said, do you still have your child, the child you name after Costa? You still have the present name as Costa?
Yes.
Okay.
So that does not to do with.
No, I'm just asking. Go ahead.
No, it's true. But the labor is true.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But before the table, we told our people when Costa came, we told them that there was no growing of Costa coming to the CDC, but it was a lot of disgrace that they have brought to the CDC. Because Costa brings nothing to the CDC, they follow people that stood in the phone for 2005 to tell it to the city, the CDC was elected. Those people are important. They Costa and they brought to power again, show of body. But if you are totally love your own, what you love for us, seriously, our party,
Okay. Thank you very much. Let's take more calls on this issue here. Let me allow people to express themselves. Morning. Yeah. Yeah, morning.
Yeah, good morning. So good. There is my girlfriend tell me for some like Banga County.
Banga County. Go ahead.
Yeah, Siko, you know, Costa has been a very young guy. You look at his skin, reasonable. But his attitude, at the way he disgraces he just disgraces that because he so embarrassed to the extent that when he moving that integrity, that credibility not in him no more. So going to start talking about United Party, I think he get disgraced. He told the Liberian people that he's no more relevant because he lack of moral character. Mm-hmm. Now, for jumping here and there, today you found a green on it. I think you you tell you talk the what thing about your pocket.
Yeah.
Now you go you straighten that problem. Then you going back again to beg your pocket for a job. You start to talk good about that. What can I tell you again? Because they were not even, that credit not there, no more.
Yeah.
So he got disgrace himself.
Nobody takes him serious.
Nobody takes him serious. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Go ahead. Take the call. No, it's supposed to be from there. Go to this line. Let's take more calls from the area. Morning.
Yeah, morning, sir.
Morning. Morning. Let's hear you.
Okay, we to Samira.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you, Sherry. You know, I really listen on your Lambo when I try to call Louis.
Sorry, the line can be busy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let God bless you. Okay, my name is Ifeanyi calling from Clarota.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Papa. Let God bless you. The work that you're doing for the Liberian people, the party being to know, the Liberian people being to know. Let God multiply you, yeah?
Amen,
let God bless you.
Amen,
they things are happening in the country. They live there now. We get in the country here. They live there. Then I want to see good things for the country. But if you don't want to see bad things for the country, the Almighty God that we serve it, He get judgment for them. He get place to put them. He get vaccine for them. Thank you for the program this morning. God bless you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let me count to Monrovia now and take some of the calls from Monrovia. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Ivan Duga. You join you on Shoe Factory.
Okay, Shoe Factory, go ahead.
Good morning. If Karen Costa is serious, we are kind of asking the MP with the government to reopen the station. Let me see the moral faith that you have to discuss issues in this country pertaining to people and power government.
He can't do it. The ball hustling by way.
Costa man, on a grand agree, they damn up anything. Want the government to operate very much smoothly. Why? So I want to operate illegally in the country.
Yeah.
The reason why is because I come out to say this, it's all the president on the planet that is saying what they are walking in back. It means to happen, but on in America. The thing open for Gabo Costa.
All right. Thank you. Let me say this. Some of the things I know about Costa, I will say them. Some other recordings I've been keeping for years. And I say that, okay, we all young people and watching, I will say them so you can know Costa real. Some of the areas that Costa went, the people video him when he went there for money business. I will put it out. Damn criminal like this young man. Only thing he know is to extort money from people. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning. Go ahead.
My name is Alfonso Joe, and I'm calling from my district number 11 resident. Thank you for affording me the time and the opportunity to have you on this statement. The issue of Heron Costa, we understand that Mr. Heron Costa or we are to himself. Mr. Heron Costa always in the manner and fashion of castigating people for his own personal gain. He's not consistent in any given scope. We or say Mr. or Costa history in Liberia, where he will or praise you at the end of the day, he go against you if he's not getting what he wants from you.
Yeah.
And later on, he's that type of person that is very much offended and he should stop. He's a young person to be carrying his life on that type of manner and fashion. It won't be good for him. Because as a young people, the future depends on all. We cannot be playing this step or games that is not well for our society. So we are
okay. Thank you. Let's go out of Monrovia and see. We'll take some calls. Good morning.
Yeah, Brother, good morning.
Good morning, boy. I'm willing to land for the county people, but just go ahead.
Okay, Chila, hey, no problem.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Good morning to you. Let me say good morning to you. Let me say good morning to Samira. Brother, you see, the issue of Helen Costa are waiting and listening to hear the University Garden who used to call and say Costa now, not so want to take serious in this, in that. So the statement of Costa yesterday, I'm listening to them. I want to hear what they will say this morning. If they believe in what Costa said yesterday, or if they don't believe in what Costa said yesterday.
Nobody believe Costa. Costa looking at him, they don't believe. Nobody believe Costa. Costa is not small to be taken serious.
Anywhere Costa social, they can hang a cruise. So now his social to call it government now. There when he carry all of it, they go to hang it. So Costa told that anywhere his social, there when he can hang a cruise. Thank you for your time, my brother.
Yes, let's take another call. Morning.
Good morning, CEO Stephen Sherry. Let me say, Allah bless you through Holy Son of Ramadan. Mark Bedmele calling from Pitana Grand Pastor Country, one of our country farmers. Now, look, CEO, you see, people that quarter the damn in the town joining the CDC, they all of them got to be there for John. We had to lose the election because the credibility was not in Costa, and people said that he was not a true son of this country. He was not serious. Costa a useless man for a lifetime. So if they get also where money is, a debt issue and go by a busy, then a create that person. So at this time to come, I don't think the CDC will take Costa serious again to come around because the thing he do now, he has been trying to make a way to go to unity party now to dish up money. So this kind of human being wouldn't take that serious CEO. That the man is a useless man. He not serious about the country. He just come and teach us the people taxpayer money and just take it away. So we will not allow Costa there because he will do it today, tomorrow again. So you see all of Costa is job there. So all of them, they are not work, they are not material for this country. See, we will take you for your platform this morning. I will just tell the people that the monarchy Costa is a useless being. Thank you.
You can't even what? Now you in Liberia. You gotta be to your place. You're a young man, you don't even care anything to do for yourself. Everything you just want people. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning.
Yes, this is most call from Banapongade.
Go ahead, yeah, my brother.
You know the thing that can make some of the people famous is that when the people have gone to denigrate all leaders, to go back to the leader and say to everyone, my recommendation to Joseph Waka, I know he's a Palestinian, no, he's a follower, but my recommendation to him with all the discreet that Henry Costa brought to him, I think the president must deny Henry Costa for seeing him. Because you can't your best friend, somebody you call your best friend, everything that you do on that people will not know you can't sit on the public media, the international world, the why should discretion happen in Kabul. If our leader continue to welcome those kind of people in their home, to their places, meaning that they're the one that always middle people to do kind of eye. And you say, I come back to you, Segu, from the day I started you in Kakata, when you were attending school to Kakata, because I live right to Manugo Kwata. Segu, stand by your integrity. Don't allow anything to distract you because we that from Kakata that live Bangapong County, we hear as you're winning when you are coming up. Stay your ground. Be that person that you came up with the way you came up, and today you still carry on. Do your thing the way that you do for Liberia people. God is a judge, Liberia people is a judge. You are not for any party. You are for the Liberia people, and remain to be for the Liberia people. Even if you will be in a great place for the Liberia people, be for the Liberian people.
Sure.
God will reward you for what you did today.
Sure.
Tomorrow, God will reward you and reward your children. Even today, you can't get a benefit, but all your children, God will get a benefit.
Inshallah.
God bless you this morning.
Amina, inshallah, inshallah. Thank you very much. Let's take more calls. Morning. This thing has
Good morning, Brother Seku, CEO of Voice of Liberia. Let me say good morning to the Voice of Liberia family. I'm celebrating to join you from Bala City, Bonkande.
Go ahead, let's hear you.
Yeah, Brother Seku, let me commend you for the topic on the discussion and also providing the information for us in and out of Liberians. I always comment on that on the social media. Very always inform us, and information is very important to us in the society. Pertaining about Henry Costa, Brother Seku, I can tell you, human being is not your body may you find, your character may you find. Based on your character, people can respect you, people can honor you. And as a man, that your word may to be men. Your integrity, you got to set some precedent. You got to set some integrity to people. Say by your word, when you say this, I don't like it. You stand by it, people will respect you. But here, people are not getting moral integrity because yesterday you criticized the former president so much until you enter into a domestic affair. You know that. Later on, he escaped. Then after we're getting closer to 2023 election, he started pretending like what you're saying. Maybe sometimes when you talk with the president, you'll be so happy that it's so big to him because after the president plays a court with him, he published a whole thing on the social media that I hear the president spoke. You see that? And which is supposed to have consultation with the men, whether they think what you tell me, I should tell the Liberian people, nothing like that. So immaturity.
Very immature. They begin just be doing all kinds of crazy things. Good morning.
Good morning. Integrity is a good sheriff.
Good morning, let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is Tuga Johnson Tuga. Coming from Canada, County, Declare City. That parent Costa man, he doesn't have moral. All he does is to be taking money from people and blackmail other people. So nobody can take him serious. Even my 2-year-old daughter cannot even take Henry Costa serious in the country. So why you say, why you do, why you not do? Henry Costa, they be there, Liberians flying all around the place there, and nobody will take him serious at the end of the day. Nobody will take him serious. Everything you say. So we know Henry Costa in the country. We know he's an honest blackmailer. We know who he is. He doesn't have character. He doesn't have moral. We know he's clear. So nobody can take him serious. Thank you so much for the show.
Thank you. Let's take another person here. Good morning. Yeah, man. You're all people in the government. The people that talk to me.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Seku.
Morning, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, my name is James Father, and I'm the chairman of the Veteran Family in the 16 Nipple Town. Thank you this morning for your deliberation. And they take you on the platform this morning that we are discussing. Henry Costa is a fake human being. You understand? So nobody will take him serious. Can you imagine? Henry Costa has said a whole lot of things, about people in this country that he himself cannot prove, that he cannot back off. You understand? Costa was the one. I have to record it on my phone. Costa was the one that alleged that the death of the late Harry Green, it was the operation of the NSA during Eddie time. But I'm sorry that they did not call upon him to answer the question. Why he has to say this? Costa said one other thing. You understand? So men like that. Costa they put McKinsey together, brought about Justina Taylor and all of these things here in this country, and they did not hold ground. Why can Costa tell people now that people will believe? That Costa is hungry. So anybody hungry where there is food, the person will go there. This is all about Costa. I'm very sorry we have to discuss about him because what you can't out anymore, just to tell people who are innocent to believe that one Costa
the man is very unserious. The man cannot live on his own. Everything I gotta be somebody at his age. Good morning, let's hear you.
We are calling from Grand Battle County to this president.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Seku, Henry Costa is talking about he's an ungrateful man. Henry Costa that went to work even when President William said we're not hunting him. They put it put him in court, cartoon to carry him to free time before he left the country. He's a man who came after that. The 2017,
23 election, he came out, he started praising Jawia. Because you see, Jawia is a man who has sympathetic mind. He can't say something granted for someone who say bad against him. That's the leader he is. But we want to we are telling Henry Kosa that whatsoever he's doing, he say against or praising a unity party. He just
want a good money thing to go smoothly, so he will need to say all kinds of things. Imagine the man praising the lands and monthly. He said they put some reform, they do this, they do that. Be like, yeah, the boy is a pimp. He goes so low. I will play some video. I will show some things here where he went to some Lebanese people way back. He went, the people got him on camera and everything when he went there to go collect money and everything. The very people he spoke against on his show. Good morning.
Morning, CEO.
Morning. I will disgrace Costa this week. Very unstable.
Go ahead, CEO. Go ahead, yes. When they say real big papa, you are a big papa for that guy. That guy is a big thing. You know, I tell you this. All along, I used to hear Costa. Anyway, my name is Samuel. It's not calling from PLC Singapore.
Go ahead.
Yes, CEO. You know, every time I used to hear Costa, they say I decided when Costa was coming when he Benin was running. So they were making a 12 and 12 street. Every time I used to hear Costa, so I said, oh well, I will remove to really see the Gamu can apple kids. So they say I saw him, I said, oh, like, wow. As he went, they said, Costa is wrong, he said, no. Even the 7 years old baby, we know that Costa is sick to even go for a little of nothing. Can you imagine? Yeah, yesterday, my wife went to me and said, oh, can I said yes? He said, Costa, I've been saying, you can say, I said, who? He said, come and see this. I said, who? Who really? He said, Costa, I said, I'm thinking there. Let's go for us. I need to see yesterday. I think that's all man and Moses. I thought I said, for 10 years, there's a Costa is nothing. On the same, yes, big kekele.
Okay. Thank you. You know, this is a young man. He got nothing to show, nothing he can do for himself. Everything he gotta be about somebody. He gotta talk about somebody. Make himself look at that kind of way. Good morning.
Good morning, Sekou, and good morning to the people of Liberia. The name remains Emmanuel Papayi Kaswagi, Kumania Mr. Probably joining from Bangladesh, the Bon County.
Let's hear you.
And let me appreciate this morning, Sekou. You know, Henry Costa, in my mind, Henry Costa is just a political power in the Republic of Liberia. He would not want to do any other thing by himself, but he just want to live at the expense of politicians, especially at the level of the presidency. But you know what happened? Even our Liberian politicians themselves, they not love themselves, they not love those who make me. They believe what I will only go and insult and say that I was doing a great thing for them. These are people that they see that they can spend money on. For example, say I suffering Costa has never politically step on a phone in the Republic of Liberia to be assaulted. For example,
they make him
contested in the country and then he was flocked. I can't even say people, he was flocked. Later on, I remember 2017. Henry Costa from the beginning of 2017, he said, lack of things, Joseph Boaka, this, that, and later on, he someone started and went back to Joe Boaka. And then again, he was flocked by His Excellency former President George Weah. Within a 2-year time, Henry Costa came back again. Later on, he go back. And what you need to know is that you need to put a political order. Because anywhere you go politically, when you suppose somewhere, the president will be defeated. So even though when you can, after election, after winning, you can go back and to pray that they should know that courts are going there to destroy them politically. So even going back to the UCD for free, it's just another warning to them that Council 29 is another defeat that courts are bringing to them. So even if they courts they know that they feel accept that defeat.
Nobody will take Costa serious. Thank you. No one will take Costa serious. We're going to take 4 more calls again. Keep playing the cash giveaway. Dial *799#. Select number 8 on the option list. and then you play with $100 Liberian, you stand a chance to win $4,000 Liberian. I mean, yeah, $4,000 Liberian here this morning. The more you play, and then more winners we call. Let's take calls this morning. Very low esteem young man. It has nothing. Every time, even the man can't do Liberia, like you got to get in car. They play the man living now like you place. So what kind of man of his age cannot do anything by himself? He said, go Benny again, that pass somebody again got to live on. Good morning, my dear brother.
Good morning, Sekou.
Yeah,
good morning to the people of Liberia and the defender of us of Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I listen to you, Sekou. I'm under pressure to call on the show this morning because the Costa man you're talking about, I have a story for him. Know what he myself at you. My name is Genesis Okwimeni. The youth chairman for the Coalition for Democratic Change in Bon County. During the rundown when we came to Morovia to Eugene Nangbe, I carried some of my youth. We told Eugene Nangbe that the second round is coming. You need to support us to go back in the country to run campaign. And at that time, we were lucky to see Costa. So we were lecturing with him. When Eugene Nangbe told us that yes, I will help people, he gave us $10,000. When Costa came from that meeting, Costa followed me outside. He called me and said, "My man, Eugene Nangbe can give you people 10,000. Say you the youth chairman. I want you to keep 1,000 US for me there. I will promote you. We'll go for any meeting. I will tell the president that the youth chairman in Bon County is doing well. And I will make sure I promote you that when the president win, when Joe will win, they will give you job." He never even need at that time of working with the former vice president Joe Howard Taylor. So he thought was just later that he would just get me and get Costa Coca. I want to call his number. So I get his Coca here with me. He gave it to me. So he left begging me until I took $3 US from that money. I gave it to Costa. That's how he gave me a Coca. He said, anytime you call me, I'll keep promoting you. The enemy to go there. So the youth chairman Genesis in Bon County. Costa know this name. I'm calling Genesis. Costa that somebody who, even some of all that Ghana, they who can catch you, who will say promote all you do. So they do it. So now you my Costa.
The man has no standard. Thank you, my brother. So much. Thank you. The man has no standard. Anything the man can go for, yeah, that's how low he is. That he goes for anything. He allows himself to be used for. Hey, look at what a face. No, listen, my young man. So you brave now. You think that people will take you seriously. The former government did not do this. The new government did this. In fact, we're going to do this. What kind of you? Let me take the last call. Then we'll transition here. We'll play this.
Hello.
Morning.
Yeah, good morning, Sekou. I'm permanent edition Mercy with them calling from Shoe Factory.
Mercy, please go ahead.
I just want to just go for you guys because when you're discussing integrity, people are saying you want to do that integrity for Costa anything. Costa can accept anything. So it has changed to all. Only people that don't know Costa history, that they know this case the way you're talking, you have said a lot of things about Costa. I don't think Costa even was the attention. Because you know how integrity, they make you hold anything for anything. So that's what I'm saying. He really said someone's going to be discussing Costa seriously.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for the show.
Thank you very much. I can't tell a man I come to talking. Like he's not gonna see, so he's doing everything now to please Joe Biden. I don't talk that only child will behave like that. You go and talk and come and tell people what you go, you talk in there. Like I said, you can do it, but it should be approved by the both of you that okay, what we discuss, you should go out and tell people. But every little time you get conversation with someone, he can't. I had a meeting, and this is what happened. Everything very low esteem, young man. You gotta work on yourself. Yeah, you gotta improve yourself. You gotta be that guy. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be that guy. Not go bidding again. What you doing? Setting to happen again. When you not agree again, you change against the people again. You start to say all kinds of things about Joe Boga again. And Joe, you too, you can forget. The same Costa man that went deep about your privacy, you stay allowing him to come close to you. And when the man finish with you again, you will tell what you're talking about. You're waiting to hear what you can talk and everything. Let's take a break, then we transition to our next conversation here. My name is Sekou, and indeed I'm Sekou Sharif. Play the cash giveaway, dial *799# hatch. Select option number 8, and you play with $100 Liberian, and you stand a chance to win for yourself 4,000 Liberian dollars. We're taking a break to be right back.
Located conveniently at Rana Street in Monrovia, Auto Spare Garage is your go-to destination for all your vehicle needs. Whether you drive a sedan, we handle both mechanical and electrical works on all types of vehicles. Our services include comprehensive vehicle maintenance and repair, expert body works and auto base spray with special discounts, vehicle body kits upgrade, key carpets and computer programming, wheel alignment and balancing to keep you safe on the road, and much more. No need to change your oxygen sensor for now. At Auto Spare Garage, we do hydrogen flushing for the muffler catalyst and engine with hydrogen technology. We pride ourselves on offering high-quality, durable spare parts at reasonable prices, ensuring your car runs smoothly without breaking the bank. Need to know more? Contact us today at 0777 300 303, 0777 117 771, or 0888 300 303 for further information or to schedule an appointment. At Auto Spare Garage, we are committed to providing exceptional service to keep your vehicle in top shape. Visit us today and experience the best service. Auto Spare Garage, your one-stop shop for every car needs.
And that is it for those of you looking out as to where to carry your vehicles. All of you have vehicles, most especially good expensive vehicles. I encourage you to go to Auto Spare Garage. You know, it's good. Don't carry your car to the sidewalk. You carry there, no guarantee somebody go pull something that ain't supposed to pull there. At the end of the day, it becomes a problem. So go there. We recommend that area. Let's move on to this issue. But we'll still talk about this David-VOL and the Chinese guy. But we'll take like 30 minutes or 20, something like that, to end the show. Now, our vice president is in America. Like the way they can say, my son in Monrovia, up and down Broad Street. Our vice president is in America. And there were two engagements, and I thought to use them and provide some analysis about it. One of which is where he had, I think, a round table, or how you call it. He had a conversation with some other people. I think he was being interviewed. I think 2 separate interviews. And so at one point when he was interviewed, he was being asked as to the race car being parked as a vice president. And he had to respond. And in his response to the question about him being the parked car, he said, yes, the vice president position is not a position where you do a lot of things. And so he was trying to make us to understand, or those of the people that interviewed him, that it's just a ceremonial position where the vice president just sitting down there, all of that. And this is what that people need to understand. Let those of the people in government, particularly in the position of the vice president, say, stop making it to look like that position they're not important. Even though they make people to understand, but deep down, it is one of the powerful positions in the government. There is no positions in government that are not as important and they don't have functions. Every positions in government, they've got functions. And their functions are unique and important. We're going to play 2 of the interviews And I sat down and listened. And it says to me that this entire thing they've been talking about, the Capitol building, that Jeremiah Cohn is behind it, I tend to believe it. From the responses from Jeremiah Cohn, I turn to believe what exactly others have said about Jeremiah Cohn's involvement into this entire thing about that didn't name yet. I tend to believe it because it is just clear. And I think one of the things that I see that is lacking in the vice president is he needs to understand that he's the vice president and he needs to speak like a vice president. He needs to speak like a vice president. He's not a senator. He's not just for one political institution. He's the vice president now for NIMBA, but he's the vice president for Liberia. It means even though there were people that did not vote, but once he becomes the vice president, it means that he is the vice president for all, not for one person. He is the vice president for all. But at the end of the day, this is what the man said. Let me play it for you. Listen to the man. This is what our vice president said.
In this administration, that was the last question. And thank you. So, the way our laws are written, every vice president is a packer. Because on our constitution, it says the vice president will assist the president. The president got to request that assistance first. If the president don't request that assistance, Mr. or Madam Vice President, go sit down to your office and go to session. So every vice president is a packer. Any vice president who want to be a running car, that vice president can get in trouble. Is President Bwaka working with me? Yes. As vice president, if I get a bath, I go in the room to the president. I have bathed the president. Whether the president said I have bathed or not, my own hands in our room. If they came out, the only thing I can do is to defend it, or I thought some kind of way around it and find a way around it. I can't come from that room and say, I told the president, the president listen to me. You see the team I spot? You honor your boss man. The power of the executive is inherited in one person by the president of Liberia. You vice president, whether you're popular, you're not popular, the power of the executive is in that one person. And only that person has that authority. The player sitting here, if President Bwaga says, I'm a traveling man, I'm not talking to you again, I'm getting outside, I'm living from here. The work of the vice president.
Okay. It's so good that every one of us we go to school. And it's so good that we all can hear good. I was saying the simple Liberian English. So Jeremiah Cohn made it very clear He made it very, very clear that the role of the vice president is to assist is to what? Assist. So here is it. They said the vice president of the Republic of Liberia is the second highest executive official in Liberia and one of only two elected executive officer along with the president. The vice president is elected on the same ticket with the president to a 6-year term. In the event of death, resignation, or removal of the president, the vice president ascends through the presidency and holds the position of the remaining period. The vice president also serves as the president of the Senate and may cast a vote in the event of tie. And then it tells you that the vice president, what the vice president will do, the vice president assists according to what he's saying, and I'm going to just go by what he said so that we can look at it from his own point. Two things we're going to discuss. We'll look at this, then we'll go to the interview he had. So the vice president is to assist the president. What's the meaning when you say assist? Is to work, is to help, is to do things for the president. Is the president working with the vice president? The vice president admitted that the president is working with him. So that means once the president is working with him, he's no longer a parked car. You can only be a parked car when your boss is not working with you. So it means that everything that Joe Barker is doing, he's doing it by himself. But from your own assertion and admittance, it tells us that Joe Barker is working with you. So it means that everything that is happening in Liberia, you are aware and you are part of it. The failures, you are part of it. And sometimes I see the unity partisans and more people, what usually they do, when they're talking about the government success, they want it to be tied down to unity party. Even if it is not this regime, they want it to be tied down to the past 12 years they serve. But when it is not about success, they want it to be tied down to the CDC and say that CDC did it. This is the same thing of what the vice president is doing here. The vice president thinks that he should be a person where people should not blame about the problems in the country, even though he's in the government, but he doesn't want to take the blame of the wrong things that are happening in the country, but he wants to take the glory of the good things. How can you be working? You did not say the president is not working with you, but the president is working with you. How can you be working with the president and you still say you are a partner? If to say you said that the president is not working with you, it means that even though the president is to help you, you are to help the president, but it is not happening. So it means that you only told the executive. And in many interviews, in many engagements, in many of the programs you've attended, you have said it is the president that sent you. So what it says that your president, he listens to you. He takes your advice. You recommend people to appoint. In fact, I'm told Jeremiah Kuhn has one of the highest recommendations in this government for appointments and people that are in appointed positions. Then how can you say you are a Parker? So in the very conversation you have with the people, you contradicted yourself. You said a vice president is a Parker. And then vice president, I don't wear her, the people will get problem with you. But at the end of the day, even though you say you're a Parker, you said the president is working with you. And all of the engagements you are having, you say it is the president. Then how will you say, my young man, you are a Parker? How can you be a Parker and you're working with the president and the president is using you? Like I will tell somebody, say, oh, I'm working with Voice of Liberia, and Voice of Liberia people, we cool. But I say, I can go to the radio station, but I'm working with them. This is sometimes for you people to be honest and say the honest things to the Liberian people, the fragrance has taken over to the extent you will say, for you to say the right thing, you'll be saying something different. How can you be a Parker when you and the president do everything together? How can you be a Parker? Decisions are made, recommendations are made by some of you. How can you be? How? Because you yourself said it. You said you're a Parker. But the Parker you are, the president is working with you. So how is the president working with you? How is he working with you? Is he also he working with you just how? It is what we want to know. Because it is not possible that the president will be working with you when the president cannot listen to you. So it means by your admittance that the president is working with you, it means that almost all of the decisions, all of the things happening in the country, it is something that you all do. You all take the decisions. So it is not, Joe Boaka alone. It is not. Let us all, I have a government, a president. Yeah. I have a president that he doesn't listen to me. I have a president that he doesn't listen to me. Everything he cares about himself. But my young man, you are the vice president and you've admitted that the president is working with you. So it means everything that is ongoing, you people are the ones that are doing them. You people are taking all of the shots. You people are doing everything. So at the end of the day, take the blame. And that's the thing about you people. You don't want to take blame for something, but you want to take the glory. Where they say, oh yeah, the government did it wrong. The government did it wrong. The government did this. The government did that. Then you say, oh yeah, it's good. Then you say, oh yeah, and that's the right thing. Okay, I just wanted to say this. Let me go to the interview he accepted from the closing argument. You're listening to what he said.
Is it recording already? Yeah. You are running the Trump. A lot of speakers have been removed. When I was in the House, Speaker Tyler was removed. I wasn't there when Speaker Snow was removed. So it's always something that you get elected in your district as a representative. When you come to Monrovia, because there must be a leadership, your friends come together and entrust one of you and say you are first among equals. And so a simple majority gets you there. If that group believe their interest is not set by leadership, they can pull back anytime. I say so because I'm part of a group when we felt that Speaker Tyler and us not move forward anymore, we removed Speaker Tyler as Speaker. And we brought here Emmanuel Nikwe as Speaker, who after Speaker Tyler 9 years in Speaker. We brought Emmanuel Nikwe. At that time, I was there, so I was involved. Right now, I'm not involved with the other representative. And so, if you look at some of the people who sign it, it's people who speak of other parties. They're not in control of the opposition. If they're educated, I'm a very powerful guy. And if I'm controlling the CDC people, all the other opposition, I'm giving instruction, then people try to see that but I'm not involved with it. They got their own issue. They need to solve it. As furthermore equal, you have to pay attention to your friends. They got issue, address it. And that's why every speaker, I'm not tell you something. When Tyler was speaker, Tyler spent 9 years as speaker. It's about mistake. I have 10 years speaker. One of the things I observed, most time during the break, that's when these problems start. Because once you're not meeting every day, the guys maybe you got a break or so, you want 2 weeks for your months, or 2. Then people start to meet. It's a political place. Nobody's stupid go over there. When you went to school, you have to convince over 10,000 persons to get elected. You're not a fool.
No.
So nobody in our room is stupid. Right. You might see they appear, maybe they didn't go to school, they may not be expressive, they can't express themselves, but no fool in that place. The least man in that place convinced, educated, uneducated people over 2, 3, 20,000 persons. Right. To get what they are not full, so don't take them for money. So during the previous week, normally the leadership of the house runs between 28 to 30%. So one REP, 1 speaker, 2 is the deputy speaker, 3 is the chair on executive, 4 is the chair on rules and on foreign affairs, 5 is the chair on judiciary, 6 is listening, 7 rules and order, 8 public account, 9 national security, 10 health. I mean, when we were there, those were right. So it's about 10-15%, and they are deputies. So if you consider the speaker and the deputy speaker who are on it, 2, I don't have deputy. Then you consider another 13 committee or 15 committee. I don't know how much committee they have now on leadership. So there's about 29% in leadership. When the house closed or it break off for any reason, those 29 people must remain there. Right. Now, like I said, I don't know what number is. We were what Tyler used to do. Because 29 is far less than a simple majority. Mm. So Speaker Tyler will nominate few members on his group. And say, look, people you're not on leadership, but for this time, I'm appointing you to be on. So Speaker Tyler will normally nominate additional people, maybe additional 10 weapons, to make sure that sometimes 78, 40% seated while they break the home. Because you want to interact with those people in exchange codes. So if they 35 or 33 out there come from a break with something, that group can resist that group because the speaker must always try to have code. You must always try to. The day you not follow, you lost from that authority. So I told Speaker Kova, need to talk to his friends, reach out to them and see how you can resolve it. If I just keep quoting somebody other people and one of the things, I'm controlling CDC, I'm controlling nuclear, very fast. I mean, I wish to read that thing where I can have all the control, but nothing.
But let me bring this. Now, I think you're aware of present situation, right? The Supreme Court be getting the responding to the bit of information filed by the minority bloc, I think in March 14th. And also, prior to the making the response, former President Salifa also being very, very vocal about what's happening. And the president met, I think, Richard Cohen and the both blocks separate on the gathering. So, and also then that should end this thing by March 14th of the case. But the Supreme Court ruled, they come up on March 14th and said that whatever was done by the majority bloc was illegal, and that Cohen is not recognized as speaker. What would be the position of the executive branch?
The court is the final arbiter of our law. When the court speaks, I mean, that's it. When the court speaks, the court come by and say, "Go, this is it." And the other president of the country must follow because that's the final law. I know they are based on issue of interpretation. When the court first,
yes,
the way the court the justice minister, who is the chief legal advisor. The justice minister is the only person in government of this administration. And so the justice minister, being the dean of the Supreme Court, came up with an opinion of sound clearly. The justice minister was clear. In the justice minister's opinion, which and I agree with it, on that the coaching corrupt. For the justice minister being the most senior legal. Yeah, I agree with it.
It's where the system of the justice, the young whistle.
So the young person goes to a program and speak. That's just the young person. They speak and they court. The court is when they meet and speak. Any other judge can go anywhere and say anything you can say. I mean, because even in our room, there are judges that might disagree. All you need is 3% out of the 5 to agree. You not keep them whole court press conference and decide what they want to do. I mean, that's it, right? But one majority takes it. And that's it. Our democracy is all about majority. Sometimes the majority is not right. But that's what democracy is about. If you want democracy, don't have to go to monarchy where kingship, somebody, one family take over. But when it comes to the issue, the Supreme Court, the Justice, Chief Justice interpreted Article 33 and Article 36. Article 33 is clear. It says, a simple majority shall constitute a quorum for this. The minority may compel the asset member to come. That's what the law says. The court, they read the court opinion. The court said, what is a quorum? A quorum is a simple majority. How do you conduct session? To conduct session or business, there will be a sergeant that will plan the session to open. There will be a chaplain to pray. There will be a clerk to call roll to find out where to call. Was there a quorum in any of the both sitting when the government over there? Yes, there was a quorum to where the deputy speaker came. That quorum, there was a sergeant arm there. In that quorum, there was a chaplain there. In that quorum, there was a country there. The minority was sitting in the Was there a quorum? No. Was the sergeant arm there? No. Was the chaplain there? No. Was the chief clerk there? No. So anywhere you find these things, that is the 50. So the Supreme Court come back and say, anyone who don't have these things, you can't clip out of the way.
But also said that whatever was done in majority, ultra powers.
No, they use the word. They didn't say whatever was done in majority, ultra powers. If that was the case, they just never will not interpret. It means it will be clear. The court very clear to say ultra powers refer to the political group or the common finance group. No, the Supreme Court said in a very, very way, so that we may understand. Article 33 talks about it. One aspect talks about a simple majority to constitute one aspect. The second aspect talks about if the minority is seated somewhere and there is no quorum, the minority can compare the Supreme Court also say that particular law, the legislature will prescribe a law to determine as to how the minority can compare Christian number. In this case, the legislature have done that law for the station of constitution. So that particular clause is moot. You can't talk about that clause because the clause is not complete. You should have done something to complete that clause.
But then, so then why is Supreme Court what for that?
So the Supreme Court coming to the president for another law.
Yeah, it's the first time I've been in country history.
No, it hasn't been before. It happened during the any sport I have. Green Madam Secretary happened.
But it was better than not. Somebody sure.
No, the Green Madam Secretary, no. So let me say to you, the Supreme Court open after everything. They invite the president, they invite the speaker, the pro tem, the vice president. The president invited one of them. You can choose to not be there. It's struck nothing. They can't, when I play the court, you can't say that the president invited all the chief justice, the pro tem speaker, they didn't go to the court program, so the court can't open. No, those are traditions. The exponent is for the president to give his agenda to the legislature. They will invite members of the people party, they will invite the court, they will invite religious leaders, they will invite elders. Those who don't come, they don't see that doctrine. So it can no dig up bread. Instead, you that people didn't come, so if the court should up. If you have the court got issue for me, they didn't come, we don't. So if the court is split, then we know when the court, the chief justice said, or 100 they didn't come. So everybody gets some excuse that they didn't come for this reason. And the court has said, no, we didn't come because we don't recognize Richard King as speaker, and so he shouldn't have preserved. Then it was an issue for the president. Look at the president court, just the business, you know that you guys put that the court. Or the court has not made any form of statement.
So on March 15, the court will be finally according to the bill of provision 5 will replace.
Did the court come out to say for the people the court
The president required that the minister was said that.
No, the president decides what the president does. No, it's not the president. The president knows better than you do. That's why he's the president. If I knew something was the president, I would be the president.
The vice president, I mean, your schedule is very tight. Let me ask you the last question. What is the way forward in bringing, because we see here the legislature has been very
so let's see the
functional. Everyone's have denied them. What's the way forward?
Let me go always be okay.
Okay, thank you.
The Liberia-VOL church.
Anyway.
It's a political play, people with different interests.
Okay.
They will all go be down low. You saw President Trump and Donald. One grew up clapping, the other grew was sitting, and they had the opportunity to do, they were doing. It's everywhere in the world. The legislature will always be late. Is the government working? Yes. Are bill passing? Yes. Did all branches of government appear before the committee to argue about that? Even the Supreme Court administrator appeared before the committee to argue about that. Why are we talking about? So the party happening to the country is moving steadily. We are on course. That noise, that political noise, they will always be there. You can't cancel it. You keep talking about political play. If there was a church, when the pastor say hallelujah, everybody say amen. They're not church.
That's the question for you. The first one is the mind pressure. You want to know because
I'll be in my soon. I'll be playing to
so
I'm taking a side.
do you think you taking a risk if they say if they say your candidate that is supporting the president win?
So when you say race, I don't understand.
Yeah, because now people see you as the by virtue of the position sitting in front of the vice president, and you find Nima, you're the highest elected official for Nima in the country right now. But now people see you have you'll be a potential or presidential hopeful. Who knows? So, but not if
so presidential hopeful is that right here. I don't know can tell.
People want to say why if you go in the election support people the candidate president does not win, and then you think you have a scar on your head.
It has no scar on me, no effect. Look, Indian leaders who is afraid to get depression, power, you're not here. Yeah. All my time in the legislature, I never escaped from. I will vote. If I'm wrong today on my vote, I will apologize tomorrow. I didn't understand it this way. I saw it this way at the time. I'm not a coward.
So who are you going to be supporting, Mr. Phoebe?
I'll be clear. I've been having meeting with everybody who's on it. We talk. I'm waiting for candidate registration to get close. I will see the candidates who are running, and I will support one person, and I will be all out to support.
So you're handing your man and man we support you.
It's not for the public for now. It's not for the public for now. You didn't put in the ask question. I didn't put it over here for.
Yes.
So I will be there in Lima.
Yes.
I'm going to support a candidate like Kawa.
You are married, man.
My mind's are made up, but it's not for me to tell you.
Okay.
There are one or two things I'm doing. I'm still talking to some people to back up to me.
Okay.
And once I get it off, fine. I can be in discussion with people to back up. They are being endorsing candidates. Be very respectful to that. The candidate registration is closed, and the team is lined up. I will identify my candidate. I'll be out. I'll be in Limla for more than 1, 2, 3 weeks. Campaign from village to village. And sell my candidate. I'll meet the candidates.
So one of the questions people want to ask last night, they said they don't have to ask. They said, well, we're saying about the national budget, and I think they budget the money that all the 5 officials in the country, the president, the vice president, the speaker, the speaker, pro tem, as they make as compared to the rest of the country. Like it's about 10.6 million for the 5 elected officials. What do you say about all of these criticisms to national budget?
So when people criticize, I think you listen. I think we don't listen.
Right.
Look, the budget I got is far below my predecessor budget. But if the people think it's staying on, we need to listen to them. Leaders are people who should listen to you. If your people got concern with certain issue, in your mind you're doing it right, in the bulk of the people who can in your mind you are doing it wrong. You must listen. And so we are listening to everyone, the media and everyone posting these things. We are listening to them. So down somebody posted, oh, the vice president budget is higher than the president budget because they don't understand the budgeting properly. It's not true. The vice president of it, the chief of staff of the vice president is equivalent to the minister of state when it comes to the president. The minister of state budget takes care of the president office, the president, chief of staff, the president, everyone. That's why you see the budget, the president, office of the president, and then the president rules and salary. The president's salary is not enough. My budget, are 2 components. The whole group of community, people with disability. It's a whole country. I'm inheriting our office with almost the almost those people are on that pay with their money in that money. If you get that money up.
Okay. Let's stop the interview there, and because it's long, tomorrow we will look at the aspect he referred to the former president. I can assure you we'll talk about it tomorrow. But let me go to Representative Marvin Coe of Bond County. He wants to share his thoughts on this issue. Let me see. Any other lawmakers you're listening and you want to weigh in, just send me a message or give me a call, and we'll allow you to weigh in on this issue. Rep, good morning and thank you.
Yeah, good morning, Sekou, and I want to say good morning to the Liberian people that are giving themselves the time to listen to our vice president.
What have you to say about what the vice president has been able to say concerning the rigmarole at the Capitol building and some other national issues, by the way?
Well, listening to the vice president disrupted conversation, all I can get from the Unity Party government is a failed, disorganized government, a brutal regime, based on the assertion made by the vice president of the republic. Because if the vice president of the republic were made those kind of statements or assertions, the country is heading nowhere. Let me go back to some of the statements that the vice president made. When it comes to the legislature, nowhere in the rules of the House of Representatives that says when the sergeant at arms, the chief clerk, and administrative staff anywhere it legitimizes that group. The second thing I want to talk about from that identical statement, to have a quorum. It means that the vice president did not even listen to the opinion of the Supreme Court, because the Supreme Court did not talk about Article 36. The Supreme Court did talk about Article 33 and Article 49. Why is the vice president shying away from speaking to the fight of the Article 49?
that speaks about who is the speaker. Article 33 says, to have a simple majority to conduct a business, we say you must have 37. And that 37, if you have it, and you do not have Article 49 with a legitimate speaker, whatever you do there will be a term as ultra-virus. Mr. Speaker, you are the speaker, but if you don't have the 37, also suggests that what you will be doing is ultra-virus. But for our vice president, it just suggests to me the insult that will rain upon the associate justice. The people like the vice president encourage the disorganized for the family from Bonkan that disparaging statement on the associate justice of the Republic of Liberia and even his own kinsman from Nimba County. I want to remind the vice president that this man was not at any ordinary function. He was discharging his constitutional responsibility in Nimba County during the opening of the court when he made that statement. So, without ordinary statement, the justice was speaking in his capacity as the associate justice of the Honorable Supreme Court, meaning that his opinion, by penning down his signature on that document, he was saying to you, my understanding of our decision, this is our decision. How can the vice president now tell me as one associate justice, they're making a statement, they have to have quorum before they made a statement. As a lawmaker, if I sign a document or voted for a bill, and I went in my district and stated to my citizens the reason for which I signed that bill, you can't tell me as being ordinary. I am just being expressive. So this country is going nowhere if you have people like the vice president misinterpreting the law. It's so heartbreaking for the vice president to refer to the disorganized, corrupt justice minister that he nowhere in the constitution of this republic, it had never happened in any government where a justice minister comes to interpret the opinion of the Supreme Court. Interpretation of our law is a constitutional duty assigned to the judiciary by the Constitution. Probably the vice president is not aware of that. And he needs to be told that's a free vocation. So you cannot rely on the opinion of a single person who the president shares his authority with, called justice minister. This is why you see police brutality all over in the streets. Because people like the vice president giving the kind of ill advice to the president behind the closed door, making the president to know what he's doing is correct. But let me say this, Sekou, and to the Liberian people, Joe Biden needs to be very, very careful. If you got these kind of agents within your government, Mr. Bwaka, when your government fails, it will be the government led by President Joseph Yuma Bwaka, not Jeremiah Pankun. Yes, it will be on your children and the grandchildren, the legacy that you're going to establish. So, our vice president has just come out to tell you some of the ill advice that they have been giving, pieces of advice they have been giving the president behind the closed door, and that got him to where he is. Now he want to talk about defending his budget. The vice president lacks defensive position when it comes to his budget. Your budget is a budget. Office of the vice president. There are components. So do not take one component of your budget and talk about group of the second enemy. They want to care about money. Mr. Vice President, your budget is more than the office of the president's budget. Period. No argument about that. Go to the budget book. No argument. So nobody's to be here as the people can say in the streets. So Sekou, I want to say thank you for affording me the opportunity. And Joseph Yuma Bwaka, there is a caveat. It's to tell you it is not in your best interest for the legislature. Look at what the vice president said. Our laws have been passed. Laws been passed. The government not functioning. The government is functioning. These are the kind of pieces of advice they gave the president. He tells you that it is, he said, it's laughable for our vice president to have said, oh yeah, the Supreme Court have boycotted functions before. It's not anything. Why did they boycott the function? You refer to Madam Ellen Johnson telling Mr. Vice President because there were constitutional crises. The absence of the members of the Supreme Court was a staged protest where they sent invitation. Yes, the executive gave an invitation to go to the SONA, and they did not go there. That it means that was a boycott because they never wanted to sit under the gavel of Rachel illegal for protest speaker. Yesterday I heard them say, oh, the majority black boycotted the opening of the Honorable Supreme Court. Did they give you invitation? Nobody gave you invitation. If you are not invited, so there's nothing about boycott. Until I'm invited, then I can boycott. But Sekou, I think people like you in the society, put aside politics, put aside political parties, God and the prosperity will judge people like you, and you should never allow anybody to circumvent your voice or to tamper on your voice. You should stand up toward, you should muster up the courage, because if we do not stand up to people like Jeremiah Kwaku, who intend to violate blatantly in the open the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia, misinterpreted to suit their evil deeds, it means that Liberia is heading to a trouble. But I know, one thing I know, I am convinced that Joseph Baga will have a turnaround. 360-degree turnaround, and he will take charge of the government, because it will beat upon him, it will beat upon his children, it will beat upon his grandchildren, not to allow political thoughts to evade the economy and the system of our democracy.
Okay. Thank you.
So
thank you.
I say thank you for affording me this opportunity.
Thank you, Representative Marvin Cole. Thank you very much. Thank you. There you listening to Representative Cole. And I want to say thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. Myself have mine. That's the reason why I allowed Representative Cole to talk. And I didn't ask him, because I just wanted him to flow and express himself. I'm going to play this thing again. There's a point I want you to listen to. Then before I can come in and provide my analysis. Let me play it.
One of them skip to that take number. And for one or two parties who brought it up, I played for even senators brought it on the floor. And I told, I think it was in the dinner with it. I said, no, in the dinner, check the president. The president party, the minister of state. It used to be minister of state. I think it was president. Who created office of the president. Well, always the president budget, always in the minister of state. Because minister of state for presidential affairs. It is a president and president affairs. That's the president, that particular president. All the ministers around the president, legal advisors to the president, everybody, they are covered under the ministry of state. The vice president, the legal advisor, the councillor, the group of 77, everybody works under the vice president. So when you don't understand these things, so if you don't understand, it will make clarity. But it will make clarity, you say stay high, yes, rather than listening to the president, talking about it, listening to him, instead of do more adjustment. Now that even the Americans talking from a president for the president instructed the future find out to look at the president and see where they can do an adjustment. So, any leader who refuse to listen, you don't know. And so that way, so even the program, I cannot say on the phone list, the people protest this, they'll be there to be a the chair of the opposition party, so when the leadership of the opposition party, and there was a bunch of the people that should not come. Nobody people I had to talk to, because some of them may not understand. And when you have the opportunity to sit with them, they don't know you, because people here are people that don't know them. Unfortunately, last time when I came out, whenever you get there, but then they were not putting forth issues, they were there making some noise. And even when the security want to put out, the security lead them, they got to engage them. But unfortunately, they themselves were, I think our mind was them made up to them mid. And when so the police got it up, if they are not, I'm here, they can meet my chief of staff, bring your issue, let's sit down. Tell me what it is, boy. Let's talk about it. You can go by and fix it. What about leadership? If I'm not ready to address one of these people, I'll leave where I get to my baby. But because I'm in a spirit, it comes with a job. Look, I wake up in the morning, open Facebook, I see people cost me, call my mom, call my children, in the studio, in the job, I won't drive around. That work 7, 8, 9, 10 times.
Okay. let's move on. I wanted to play, I think we've passed that play where he talked about one of the associate justices' remarks. I'm going to start from this point. But where the vice president said, Jeremiah Kuhn said, it is during the break most often all of the coup or removal would start. You know, they say when somebody speaks, from what they say and how they present it, you can analyze and know whether they know about certain thing or they're just speaking from the surface that they know nothing about it. So, according to some of the lawmakers, and now it has been proven, it is clear, those of the people that staged this entire removal, bulk of them are new lawmakers. So they must have been taught as to how to do it, to remove. And who are those you think will teach them? As the allegation, it has been rumored that the vice president has been in the know. And which clearly says that he has been in the know because this is how they remove other speakers as mentioned by himself. He even said in an interview that the embattled speaker reached out to him. Anyone knowing that, okay, you are not into the fight or you are not into it to remove the speaker head, what do we do? This is your government. If anything happens at the end of the day, it is your government. Right? It is your government. What you should have done. Because you know, at the end of the day, to remove a speaker, it won't just be like a bread and butter thing. Even though you said the speaker will reach out to you. So by you saying that and showing the way, I suggest to any reasonable person that you've been behind the removal of the speaker. Even going to the extent, you as the vice president, you should be one of the persons that will be very careful as to how you speak on legal matters. Things that any responsible vice president, when journalists ask you about a critical issue of such, as it relates to the interpretation of the law, what you say? You say we leave it with the legal people. Because you are that person that you are not just the vice president for Unity Party. You are the vice president for Liberia. But now you are saying that the Supreme Court ruling, it is justifiable as per what your justice minister said. So you are in conformity of what the majority guys are doing. So yeah, so it's clear. It's clear nobody should be done. No, the president called the battle speaker, they won't settle things. So from what the vice president said, that said he works along with the president is working with him, it says that the president and the vice president, they have been in a know and in acceptance of what is going out within the House of Representatives, and they support it. Because the vice president said the justice minister interpret the law good. One would have thought that this man would say, this is a legal matter. Let us allow the legal people to look at it. But by you coming to justify and stand by what the majority bloc is doing, it says that you've been behind this thing to see the removal of the speaker. Because you said what the guys are doing is not wrong because of political area. So it means because other people did it, so you can do it. Other people remove speakers, so you can remove speaker. Then there was no need for change. Because the reason why Liberians have changed, because they felt, and you people said, that the past government didn't do anything that could meet the desire and the satisfaction of the Liberian people. And you people had a solution. So coming to the governance space, it means that in the past, speakers were removed. Under your government, there should be no speaker should be removed. because this is the change. But you've come in less than a year. You're removing a speaker. And you're so satisfied, brave enough to sit on the public platform and defend. It tells you how the vice president is low in thinking and analyzing. Because you know why? You are undermining your own government. Since this government took over, there has been no new investment. You know why people will not want to come? Because they see that your government is incomplete. So the vice president says that the budget that was passed, he doesn't care. He feels that the budget was passed the right way. So if the vice president can speak the way he spoke, it tells you that the laws of our country, they've got no respect. Because this is the vice president. This is not just small. This is not just ordinary person. This is the second most powerful person within the executive. And the executive controls the government. And he says that he feels okay. He feels that it was the right way that the budget was passed. Any serious vice president will say that the lawmakers will call on them to settle their problems. But he will not say that political areas, so you expect these things. So it means that he wants these things to happen. But he also forgetting to understand how the actions at the legislature undermines and continue to undermine the smooth operations of the government. So it also says to you that this vice president is in support of what the majority bloc they've been doing. Because if he's not in support, his responses will not be in line with what they're doing. And to the extent that he's justifying that the government is working. So what it says to you, it says that he feels okay. Once the majority is in control, it is okay. So it clearly says that this man has been behind the removal of Fonati. And trust me, like I said, and I continue to say here, the day they have a speaker, the day they have a president that will stand his ground and say they should audit the legislature, particularly the House of Representatives, Jeremiah Kun will be handcuffed. Jeremiah Kun will be handcuffed. Because Jeremiah Kun is a clean clothes criminal. Jeremiah Kun is a clean clothes criminal. He got his wealth from the Capitol building. Inflicting, increasing things in the budget for the personal benefit. So the main mistake that anybody will go and say they want to do an audit, that day Jeremiah Kun will be disgraced. So Jeremiah Kun say everything are happening, they ain't moved by it. So those of you that say, oh, the president calls here, I want to have a conversation. Let me tell you something. In politics, people use the ideas because they know at the end of the day, if the bill of information comes out, it might be against them. So they don't want that disgrace. They say, okay, let's have a settlement. But how will you be calling people? You, the president, calling people, say you're settled the issue. Then you have the vice president saying these kinds of reckless things. Saying that a political area, the government is working. So if the government is working, then why you need settlement? Allow the people to remain the way they are. If you think that what is going on now within the House has no problem on the government or the governance of our country, allow the people to continue to do it. There should be no reason why you should call for settlement. There should be no reason. You know, they say when you're in position, you should be wise. You should think big. But Jeremiah Kun thinks low. Because no person of that caliber will speak like one lay ball from Broad Street. You just open your mouth and just talk. Hey, the government are working. So you are so defensive forgetting to understand you are the vice president, not for Unity Party. but you are the vice president of the Republic of Liberia for the whole country. So it means you need to work to put people together. You are not to be dividing people. But if you can stand there, honor your government, you got a particular major group, they're having a split up on issues, and you sit and take side with one side. He said, but any government working, you think it's a good sign of the just ended budget that was passed for your government? You think it's a good sign? You think international partners, you think international people are taking you people serious? No, they are not. And no investors will can invest in a country of such. Evidence of since you people took over, which one of the investors that have come to this country, none of them, they won't come because they know that your government is incomplete. You have the major arm of your government. When last have they gone there with such? When last? So here's another thing. Petty. And I wonder as to whether this man understands his role. My young man, Jeremiah Kun, you're supposed to be unifier. You are benefiting the large portion of what's going on in the country. If this place is peaceful, you benefit. If it is not peaceful, you take the blame than any other person because you are the second powerful person in the executive and you're enjoying. You make recommendations. You move with serene. You have securities. Unlike others don't. That man is brave. So he feels okay that the three branches of government, under his government, they're not forced to be functioning. Only the executives are able to function. He spoke like an elementary boy to say, but in that problem, how can you be giving us sooner? You don't have the three branches of government in full. He said that the legislature is responding to. So if the chief justice and the associate justices are not there, no problem. Who does that? Who can say that all on one day? What kind of educated and serious man will say that? To say, oh, there's no problem because the people don't go there. So these are some of the people that govern our country, are making decisions on behalf of all. See how he thinks so low. This is a man that decides for the something million of people in this country. This is a duke that thinks so low. He goes so low. What kind of government will be happy that when you're having a major program like that, you don't have one of the branches of government? Then you say, not anything. You say, not nothing. Then why do we have the justice system? That means that your government is operating without the respect for the rule of law. Because if there's a respect for the rule of law, you won't be brave to trust what you say. I'm being honest. So it tells you that the man doesn't even respect what comes from the court. One of the associate justices said what the people did was not correct. The man is brave. A vice president is responding. Mr. Vice President, it is not your responsibility. Your mouth will not go that far. You are providing, you bringing division within the governance space of the country. You are encouraging people to disrespect the associate justices of the Supreme Court. Because if you can be brave enough and come and say anybody can get taught anything, you're speaking to an associate justice, one of the associate justices, and you say any, you call that man any. So you call it talk any. But you want people to respect you as vice president. You want people to see you as vice president. So now you see, they say, do unto others as you wish they do unto you. If you think that others should not be respected, you should not be respected. If you think that others should be respected, you should also be respected. The same duty and the job and obligation you've got, it is the same they've got in their own perfection. Without the judiciary, you cannot have a functioning government. But he doesn't care. The board don't even know about it. He says there, a dummy. He goes ahead and everything. Because any vice president would not speak the way he spoke. To term an associate justice statement, as anybody can do it. It is not the Supreme Court. Are you kidding me? How they make and talk loosely so? Anyway, that is the people. These are some of the individuals that are making decisions for serious people like us in this country. That's on there. That ain't ready. Let's go to the lines and take your calls on 0770-942-048. For those of you in Monrovia, 0770-942-048, 0770-942-048, 0880-907-907, 0880-907-907 are the two numbers for those of you in Monrovia. Only for those of you in Monrovia and its environs. For those of you out of Monrovia in the counties you are listening to us, here are your numbers: 0773-419-502, 0773-419-502, 0555-184711, 0555-184711 are the two numbers for those of you in the counties. For the females, we get your line, but you can make use of it. 0773-978-564, 0773-978-564. Let's take our very first call here. Good morning.
Good morning, Sigu.
Good morning, sir. Let's hear you, please.
Yeah, there is my pastor tell me calling from Bangalore County.
Let's hear you.
You know, Sigu, the vice president has just told all that they are evil deeds. They are very, very evil. They're forgetting to know that United Party is not a country. But now they're taking the country to be United Party. And we suppose, this is the country. So if they want all the position to be for them, it's saddening. You know, the vice president knows. He knows that man is still in the house. He knows what can happen. But if he can come out and deny and disrespect the Supreme Court, then what it means? What it means? They should be able to close, the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court too, I'm looking at them because they will not sit and look at the kind of people then. They're respecting them, then they sit there and quiet. One day, if the Supreme Court get closed, then the government collapse. But they should take the bold step. Thank God for the Hospital representative for giving the clarity, because he knows most of what's happening in the world. Then that very Jeremiah Kakul. Because some of the Jaguars said they don't even know what they get there for. It's a reaching themselves.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's take another call. Okay. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm Stanley S.K. Dominic from Chicago Farm, Grand Basel County.
Let's hear you, my brother.
Jeremiah, the way he spoke, he not work for a job. He does not know how he got a job. In fact, you see the man say he was selling in a shop, getting one or 2 cents. It was better for him, but then Prince Johnson called him, say, be prepared to be a vice president. So, it's just like that job is just a dream to him. It's just like a dream to him. He does not know what he's doing. He not even respect a position. He don't even know the value of the Constitution of Liberia. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's take another person. Morning. Good morning. Yeah, morning. Let's hear you.
I'm just a
Let's hear you.
No, be a representative, not mean that he must know the law. So, Marco, we knew that it's a government before, never have a representation. The people of Nimaja fool, they blame people in the government to become bad person, and he's telling them interpreting, they associate all the mental in that time. Tell you to know what is he saying, making our benefit the people of Nima all Liberia large. Just in his country, now they start people of Nima complain about him. Nothing he do, then he says, Nima, we will look at people. We will look at Nima country. Why are you brought to the poor Nima? Why the people you brought to the poor Nima that will be able to be forcing you to put someone to support someone to you? I just feel that. Who is there talking? Another time talking.
Okay, let's take another person. Good morning.
Good morning again.
Yeah, morning.
Mike McMahon calling for Buchanan Brown, Pastor County, one of Pong County farmers.
Yes, let's hear you.
Seku, You see, many of us know Jamaica well. Every one of us just on Banga to Banga Highway, the Gallon Dreadful. So we know the background of Jamaica. Jamaica is not educated to the level to be fast president for this country. But to show that the useless United Party government, they are not serious for any business in this country. They got foolish men like Jamaica to be vice president, who will be interpreting the law of this country, the backward way that will bring tension to this country. You know, we're not expecting Jamaica to go that route. But you know, Jamaica, they will borrow with A. They will borrow with their march. You know, we're not expecting Jamaica, he not know the job, that one they say, they leave the job alone. Instead of them destroying this country for us, we got nowhere to go. Small country like this shouldn't keep giving God hard time. You know, Jamaica, interpretation was very bad. It's a very clear in this country. This morning, the topic was not for him. So, let him leave our job. Let the good party get there to do the better thing. It's not about that take over the depend on the American there. The party they will stop. They will continue to say that this government will not be achieved because they will continue making mistakes. They will burn out they will get to 2029. We will stop in there like market door. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Hello.
Good morning, Segu.
Yeah, morning.
God bless the people, very church hallelujah. Thank you for this. God bless you, my brother. You know, let me make this clear to those who shall say, no speaker and the call ourselves majority black in our the reason of studying the remove for the people that put in there already say, oh, the power came to all to know honestly the reason for which they want to remove political far, what are the interest on that, they didn't do it. And we condemn that because it is not in the constitution, it's against the constitution of this country. Any other go against the constitution, we stay against it, we support it, we make sure we stay what the constitution says that we should do, how we should do. And this time around, any government official gets sick. Nobody can in any country, any government official gets sick in Maggie candidate as any of the leader. The reason they not care to make the hospital improve the hospital because the children when they get sick, they get fly, and nobody get fly in other country. When this time around, we stop at it. Because last year playing with forward, Joseph Parker, here you are, rescue children. When I am rescue fire, they continue for you, it's for Nigeria. The country of people, be the country according to the way. You promise to like go for your money your campaign.
All right.
You say you're going to do that of creating.
Good morning.
Good morning. Integrity Solution. My name is Tuga Johnson Tuga, and I'm from Grand Basel County.
Okay.
Previously, you have said it all. You see, for a former taxi driver to extend to that high position and be talking. And then we see MS going to them with Hong Kong in the country and talk the way he said. I think it's too starting for our modern democracy, honestly. Jeremiah Cohen did not even speak like a vice president. Honestly, he spoke there someone president who they were interviewing. So you see, if we get people who are very much insensitive to the class of the Liberian people, we are happy. How will you say that or certain part of the government that we're working? It's working. What who does that? It's too powerful of money, the democracy. Jeremiah couldn't get each other and say, they are academic, they spend a lot of people, and then at the end of the day, police violation, everything goes on, and they don't talk anything about it. They only want to really enjoy themselves. It's too powerful, really. So President Parker should take keep up with everything and see that better than far, right? And legal matter. Thank you for every minute.
Okay. Thank you very much. Morning. Good morning. Yeah, morning.
I'm Alfred Spencer. I'll call you from Baga.
Go ahead. Let's hear you, Alfred.
Thank you very much. Segu, let me appreciate you. Segu, you are your best this morning. Segu, I mean, you see, when it comes to this country, Liberia, I mean, the oldest republic in this Africa here, our people, for how the people are taking the government to be like, I mean, they made the country to be lawless. We have no law and order today. It's not police and the army tomorrow. That the police and the motorcyclists are this. I mean, it's bad for us. They make us to look ugly in front of the international community. Mind you, for what our lawmakers are doing, especially the majority black, into power, forcibly into power. And we are waiting for the Supreme Court on the 14th to see whatsoever they will say. But the country here is proceeding by. We make sure that let the put things together and make sure that the country go right. Thank you very much, Zigu.
Thank you very much, my dear brother there from Bangabong County. Let's take more calls here this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Let's hear you.
Thank you, Seku. The name remains Emmanuel Papa Ikaswaki. Kumanda, I'm surprised you from Pong County.
Let's hear you.
Let me say cool on to you and let me say cool on to Representative Honorable Chair Martin Ku. You know the statement that our vice president of the Republic of Liberia, it clearly tells us that he's one of those who began the removal of the Honorable Speaker. For example, the vice president knows that this current legislators, majority of them, they are freshman lawmakers who doesn't know the role how to move speaker. Now, he being there as a former representative. Today he is a vice president. His statement alone tells us that he is one that bring all these guys to at least get the process of moving the speaker. But remember what we want to say as a librarian that is saying the draft of the league is a warning to the younger one, the drafting or the draft league is a warning to the younger one. Now, the current president needs to know, and he needs to also be afraid of this vice president. Today, if he can convince majority of the freshman lawmakers to move their own speaker, he should remember he can still do the same thing by him to convince majority of the so-called lawmakers to also put on floor of the president impeachment. So, coincidentally with the vice president to say, Honorable President, this is the right thing for us to do. Can he advise to the president following for them to move? Because it is also a warning to him because they see things happen back to him. The vice president do it to him and he can be impeached. So it should be remember why the vice president telling him today and he said agree to it for them to have the president removed. I mean the speaker removed tomorrow, it can be him too. So we want to say to all our representatives who are the constitutional lawmakers, we don't want for you to be moved by small money. We elected you for 6 years. The salary and the benefit that you take, you can still sustain you. Don't allow Rachel Kun to move you by little child and then damage your children, their character. Stand by the Republic of Liberia, stand by the Constitution, and do the needful thing. Thank you for affording the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Let me hold you guys there now. I want to talk about this thing. Very important. I beg you, please. Let me hold you there. I want you, I think this call should be from Monrovia. Let me just take this last Monrovia call, please. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning, let's hear you.
Yeah, we don't blame these people because...
What your name, my man?
My name is Samson Chitti from Oswara County.
Okay.
So, if it was like people, you just obey God and then you say, I be thinking, the people that won't be doing such thing like this. You are a leader, you serve an example. You can say such thing and then you make all of us be saying the same thing or be doing the same thing.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's move on, and I will continue today. The House of Representatives, the committee responsible, invited Michael Shu, the Chinese national that went on allegedly beating, manhandling, and wasting hot water and using a Liberian for dogs to eat up them. There's something that I followed yesterday because they appeared before the committee. And let me say thank you to all of the members there. I saw Representative Alpha Jones and some other people. No, I just want to. And let me say thank you to them. But also, let me challenge you people. From the communication read by the lawyer or the communication read by the the chief clerk, Medrick Sion, or communication sent by the lawyer representing Michael Shaw, say to you lawmakers that Michael Shaw will not go to the Capitol building, will not heed to your cause. Only the court. It is an affront, not just an affront, it is a disrespect. And they undermining your oversight responsibility. Let me say a challenge. A foreign national will look at the legislature of our country, and they invited him. They said, come before us and give us reasons. Give us your side of this allegation. You say you can't come there. I will get a list of all the lawmakers on the committee. Tomorrow will come and we'll play you that. We'll take 1 hour on it tomorrow. Today, the lawmakers again, they've invited. They say he should go today. His lawyer said they will not go. Now you see, we Liberians are our own problems. A foreigner, Michael Shaw, he goes ahead and beat on someone allegedly, as it is being said by the report from the police that we read here yesterday, that this man has been charged for attempting to murder another person, not just another person, but a Liberian. In the legislature, the committee responsible invited this man to come before them. And the man lawyer said he can't come. Let's watch and see whether the man will not come today. Let me see the action that will be taken by those lawmakers. If you don't do anything, then it undermines your power. Then it says that you don't have the teeth to bite. Or Chinese national will threaten, will challenge you and say, you call me as you can't come. He said, come to me, come and tell me why you behave to a Liberian like this. Then the Chinese man say, I can't come. Then let me see whether you lawmakers will sit there and allow that thing to happen. You know, Liberia is a country, like I said, anything can happen here. Fellow Liberian, these things hurt. It pains me on many days to see Liberians' rights are violated by foreigners. Maybe some of you have not traveled, but some of us have traveled. We understand how things happen. Even right here, Ghana. If a Ghanaian sees you and a Ghanaian, and you guys want to buy something, they prefer selling it to that Ghanaian than you Liberian. Least to talk about ourselves. Or Chinese men look at a Liberian and ma handle a Liberian, use dogs on a Liberian, who wanted to take a Liberian life, and then no one seemed to do anything about it. And this Chinese man breaks. Because you know why the Chinese man is pushing his lawyer that they should take the issue to the Supreme Court? It is the Supreme Court that he depends on because he has some of the associate justices in his pocket. It is what he brags about. When will my country be a country where the rights of even the ordinary man, even this boy, he doesn't come from a rich family, but he deserves for a right to be protected? There are laws. But today, I will do everything to follow, and I will personally call some of the lawmakers. I will do everything to follow it. I have trust in him. One of the persons among them is Alpha Jones. I have a very high trust in him. For the family is there. Where they bought Anthony Williams. You have other people there. And what the lady name from Lufa, we are something. My old man for a very long time. I have trust in her. But I'm also challenging you people. That man says to you people in the communication I was read yesterday by Medrick Sion, that he will not come, his client will not come. Can you imagine? Can you imagine a foreigner commits a crime within the belly weight of Liberia. He sits here, he moves freely, no one do anything about it. He brags that nothing will come out of it, and the guys directly, intentionally tells the House of Representative Committee that this man will not unveil himself to you. This is a challenge. This is a challenge to you, lawmakers. This is a challenge. That Marcus, you say he will not come to you, and you sit there and allow it. Let's see what happens today. And if the lawmakers fail, I will sit on this radio and galvanize Liberians. I will support it with the little resources God has helped me with for this boy to get justice. We will protest in this country. And we will not just protest that Chinese embassy, we will go there. And we'll make sure we will barricade his home until the needful is done. Watch and see whether Liberians don't listen to us. You know, enough is enough. Enough is enough. We will sit in this country, foreigners will come and do all kinds of things to Liberians. It is not because it is not related to you, it is not related to John Brown, but this man is a Liberian. We have something that ties us together, and it is that nationality that holds us together. And then a person, he goes ahead, he beat on this man. It is not that, oh, there is no investigation. Investigation has been conducted, and then the police has found out. The police attach a report. Evidence are available. Witnesses are there to testify. If this country is a serious country by now, that Michael guy will not see the daylight. By now, he's sitting in China. Deport him. Or if you don't want to deport the man, because only the men are bring all of the investment in our country, let the man go through what the law says. If this thing could be a Liberian that did this to a foreigner, oh, by now you will see all the laws. You will see all the things that were supposed to be in the law. They will interpret the laws. We ourselves are our own problem. These so-called lawyers in this country are the problems in our country. How dare you come? You say, they say bring the man. You say the man can come. If the man cannot go to the lawmakers, we'll do citizen arrests and we'll bring him over. You know, sometimes these people can push people to say something. This thing is hurting me. I don't know David. I've not seen him in person. But what here is, this man was beaten. Why are we still holding this? And the worst and the one that hurts, when the legislature, the people that have the oversight responsibility, they invite you. You say you can't come. Who are you? Who do you think you are? Oh, you get share in the country? You get share here? Don't carry that your funny hair to the place today and think say you'll be passing free in the town. Oh, they say the man let us sue her. Go sue me. Go sue me. And I will defend myself. And I've always said, anything I say here, I'm not a child. I take full responsibility. I can defend myself anywhere, at any time. I don't need the support or help or financial or whatsoever from anybody. I can defend myself. You know, sometimes, and I will try to reach out to the family people of this boy. You know, we got to use other means. If the legal people are wasting time, we have other means to use to bring this thing to rest and let this boy get justice. You can get a man that beat on the ball nearly die. Look at the ball ski. The man still passing around town. He's driving, enjoying the comfort and the laws of our country protecting him. While that labor is going through pain because the labor man not get money. He doesn't come from a rich family. You listen, your Terra Mark or whosoever man that sick who is involved, and I will galvanize the people. If the legislature failed and then they want to waste time, we'll galvanize the people. We will go to that Chinese embassy. We'll galvanize the people. We'll go to his home. Then that's the time the police will come in. Even though on this point, the police did not do anything wrong. The police, they've investigated, and the investigative report is out. So what was the outcome of the meeting they held with they said they invited the justice minister or whatsoever? The justice minister too did not go. So something is playing here. Who is this justice minister that continues to undermine the operation of his own government? The man is into the pocket of almost everybody. Oh, but the Marcus Show say he contacted the Solicitor General of the Republic of Liberia, and he took some money to the man. So he said nothing will come from order A. But when nothing that come from order A, Marcus Show, you will know whether Liberians are stupid or they are not stupid. For once, Liberians, let me put this in your ears. Let us stand for this young man. Imagine, not every one of us are worldly financially. God cannot give everybody the same. That's the reason why you see all the fingers are not equal. Someone should be able to stand for someone. Someone should be able to speak for someone. And it is about time for us. I'm not saying I alone. For us Liberians to stand for this young man so that his rights can be protected, so that justice should serve. Do you know what it means for a dog to go and eat you up? Do you know what the dog or the dogs put into that young man? Do you know what that young man is going through? Now, when you call a Chinese, and this thing, the one that hurting me is these Chinese boys, these Chinese people, not all. Some of them are very arrogant. Like how the Lebanese and the Indians, some of them are. They can say the government in our pocket. God gave me the chance to see the Marcus. I slap his mouth. I'm fasting. I don't want to get angry. It's hurting me. It is hurting me. That Liberia was my handle. And nobody seemed to do anything about it. What kind of country is this? The law is only for those of the people that have money. The law does not protect the common people. But listen, 2 o'clock today, they are to appear there. Let this man not appear in the place and give reason to the legislature. The next move we make, we'll see. We'll be back here on the show tomorrow. I'm too angry about this thing. Let me be honest with you. I don't let people treating Liberians in any way and form, and nothing seems to come from out of it, as if to say we are here. We don't have our own rights. We're not supposed to what? My name is Sekou Sharif. Do have yourself a God bless day.